Okay, welcome to the show, Eat with the Owner.
Thanks for having me.
Today is, I guess, 26th episode. We just made one yesterday, so it's
nice.
just uploaded. So today, 26.
Wow, let's go into this, John.
Yeah, and how to say your name?
Luca.
Luca.
Yep.
Luka.
CA. Yeah.
Actually, I know your name is has a Chinese name, the family name, the Chinese name, right?
Oh yeah. There's a Chinese name as well.
Yeah.
It's Shen Yuan.
Yeah.
And it's obviously.
Yeah.
That's Chinese.
That's the benefit of this pandemic. Every time we check the vaccine passport, last time
Oh, you saw the.
Yeah, I checked because like either Korean or Japanese or Chinese, we all look very alike. So when I see the name,
you could tell that my friend who's eating with me was Korean.
Looks like a Korean. Yeah, the family name like Korean. The name.
Hyun.
Yeah, like Korean. So I could guess, but some right now it's like a lot of people, young Chinese, very young. They went out.
They came here.
Yeah, so it's kind of not sure they speak Mandarin or Cantonese.
Exactly. Like for example, me, right? I speak Mandarin, but with a strong accent.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing. So actually, the first time we met is last week, right?
Yeah, last week. That's the first time I came here. Because actually my Korean colleague highly recommended this restaurant. Apparently, he came here with a Korean professor from McGill.
Okay.
And then after that, he just like, oh, dude, we have to go.
Yeah, we have some Korean customers, really good Korean.
Really loyal one. Yeah. And then he came back again on Saturday.
Oh yeah,
with his family.
Yeah, and he has a wife and 3 young kids.
3 kids. Oh, so you recognize him?
Yeah. He told me. Like came in. Do you remember? I came in with my friend. Like
3 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids, very young.
Yeah, and he's only 34. So
that's amazing. That's why we don't see like Eastern Asia like we have so many kids, young kids together, right? It looks like a very not so common.
Yeah, not really. Yeah. But he's one of a kind, I guess. Yeah. So he joined a year before I did. So he moved here from New York. I moved here just last September.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. Oh, you just moved here from
Spain, from Barcelona. Actually.
Jeez, you had a lot of a journey.
I just finished my PhD in Spain, so I came here. So this is like the best offer that I got, right, in HEC Montreal. So I came over here. And
what is the
HEC Montreal? So that's the
HEC. Oh,
that's the business school.
Okay. What is that?
Yeah.
The Polytech, whatever.
So it's HEC Montreal, the Montreal Polytechnic.
Oh, they're different. I thought they're the same.
Well, they're in the same system in University of Montreal.
Okay.
Right, but then the Polytechnics and HEC are sort of independent in the operations. Yeah. So I'm in the business school. So yeah.
But why did you go to Spain? Like like you said, you moved out of China very young. Like how old were you? Like
I graduated from high school, and then I spent a little bit of time in one Chinese university, but then I just moved out when I was 19 so not super young.
That's very trendy right now. It's like it's trending right now. The people very young get younger and younger when they
they just
go outside.
They even moved out for high school.
Yeah, high school, even
middle school, right?
Yeah, middle school.
So I mean, last week I met a young man who moved from Beijing to Quebec City when he was 14 for high school.
That he speaks French, hopefully.
So he does now. He's going to McGill now, and then I was surprised. Like, oh wow, Quebec City.
Yeah, Quebec City.
All places.
It's not a big city.
It's not. Yeah, it's
and
not.
Also
common.
French.
Yeah, but yeah, there's more and more now. Oh well, I guess in the recent couple of years, it's not.
Oh, pandemic. That's the pandemic.
But before that, I guess from 2012 to 2019, it's just been just a huge upward trajectory.
So when you were 19, like you went to United States, right? Not Canada.
Well, actually, Canada wasn't even on my radar.
No.
So I randomly I just chose a university, and I moved to Oregon. So I went to University of Oregon.
Okay.
Because that's where Nike is, right? The headquarters of Nike and everything. I just love sports. I wanted to play soccer. With people from all over the world. So that's what I did in my undergrad. Basically, just playing soccer all day.
Okay.
And then I just passed by super fast.
Oregon is like not so famous in China though.
No, yeah, not at all.
Not people.
No,
recognize.
yeah, it's cheap though. It was really cheap. Everything was cheap. Tuition was cheap. There's no sales tax, so things were cheap.
Okay, you mean the tuition? How much a year there?
Back then, I don't even remember, but back then,
$10,000
compared to maybe a bit more than that. A year, 20-something thousand a whole year. Yeah, but like it's so much cheaper than the Californian schools.
Okay.
So you have in-state tuition and out-of-state tuition. Right? If you're not from Oregon, you pay more. So apparently the out-of-state tuition was already cheaper than the in-state tuition of California. So many Californian students also went to Oregon instead.
But that university is a good one.
It's pretty decent. It's not super top. Maybe around top 100, but not super top. The sports program is really good because Nike put all this money in there. so that's where I learned about American football.
Okay. Oh, that one is amazing.
And because Nike invested so much money in it, so the football team was pretty good.
But last Super Bowl they said is rigged.
That's what I heard. Actually, that was this past Super Bowl was the first time that I can actually watch Super Bowl in normal time. Because when I was in Spain, it was happening overnight, and then and it's like the next day is a Monday, so you can't really watch it. So
so that's like in that university you spent 4 years.
3 years actually, because I did a little bit of coursework in China.
So that they still have the credits.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then during that time, I went for the school project. I went to South Africa. I worked for an NGO there in Cape Town. So that I would say that sort of changed my life and perspective of things. And then
South Africa.
Cape Town.
Yeah, is that like a lot of people? I don't know because never been there, but a lot of people saying after the Mandela, like the country kind of really become democratic. Is that helping the everybody life, or like what is the life standard there or something?
It was supposed to be a booming economy because it's one of the BRICS countries. But when I arrived, it was just this sort of internal conflicts among people of different races. I guess.
Still going on.
I think so.
It's not stable. Like
it's not stable. It's a relatively dangerous city in terms of crime. It's a beautiful place, but I don't think me living there is fine. But if I have family,
it's a little bit worried.
I'll be a bit concerned. But it's so beautiful. I miss the.
So you mean the sceneries?
Yeah, there's like the Table Mountain. You go hiking to see the sunrise, sunset. There's the garden route outside. And people are so nice, and things were really cheap.
But how about the education level? The people, the citizens, they kind of good education, good jobs.
Depends. So there's, I guess.
Comparing to Montreal.
Oh yeah, I guess like if you're inside the city, you can go to private school. I guess it's good. But the NGO I was working for is around the township, so like the suburb area. And then I guess the problem is. A lot of these young kids, they drop out from school. Because the country dropped physical education from the national curriculum in the early 1990s. So these kids, they're really, energetic, but they didn't get to do any sports. So school became like super boring, right? So a lot of them dropped out from school. And they joined the gangs. Yeah, exactly. So what we were trying to do with the NGO is to make school interesting for them.
That like makes sense. To attract them to stay in school.
Exactly. Like soccer leagues. Like you can play against each other. So
that time was like a South Africa
World Cup, right? Right after the World Cup.
Yeah.
I was there for 2013. So the World Cup happened in 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Yeah, that NGO was actually featured in the FIFA documentary. So yeah, it was a good cause, but it's a bit tough to raise money for this NGO. So yeah, I went back to the US after that. Yeah.
But like it's kind of when you were 19 in China, you finished the senior high school, right? Did you pass the SAT, the Gaokao?
I passed the Gaokao, the college entrance exam, and I got into a university. So that's where I spent some time. And then when I applied to Oregon,
Okay.
I only needed the TOEFL exam to prove my English.
So,
and then they sort of I guess they sort of accepted my admission into a decent Chinese university as the qualification exam. So I didn't have to take the SAT.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was just the TOEFL, some transfer credits.
But you were doing fine though for your English, right? Your English was good.
It was fine, but it's just different, right? You can do so well in the English exams in China, but then when you're actually in the
But you were from the big city, right? Guangzhou, right?
I'm from outside of Guangzhou. I'm 3 hours away from Guangzhou, a beach town called Yangjiang. So it's right by the beach.
Yangjiang is famous for Yangjiang douchi.
Douchi.
Oh yeah. We use Yangjiang douchi.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's famous.
And the knives as well. They're very famous for the knives. Yeah. So I'm from there.
Okay.
And so really close to the beach.
Okay, so what year you were born?
1991.
1991. So around growing up in around year 2000, right?
Yeah.
So that time when I was curious, like what year, like your school started like English teaching, like primary school grade 1. Or?
I would say in my generation it was grade 4.
Okay.
So that would be 2000. Grade 4 for me, I guess, is what, 10 years old?
Yeah.
So around 2001. Yeah.
So grade 4. So grade 1 to 3, there's no English classes.
There wasn't. Yeah, but now it's starting from kindergarten.
I guess so.
Yeah. No, but there wasn't any until grade 4.
Grade 4, like you start learning letters, A, B, C, D.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
So like that time, your parents are gonna put a lot of efforts for you to learn English, or like extra curriculum?
Not really.
After school, no.
No, it was just a subject, and then at the end in 6th grade, because you have to prepare for the entrance exam for middle school.
Yeah.
Then I was a bit slacking on the English grades, so they sent me to this after school sort of class to make up for the grades. But in general, I think in my generation, it wasn't a big thing for parents to really try to prop up the kids' English game.
Okay.
Yeah. But right now, I think it's a big deal. You know, like they start sending their kids to English education.
There's a lot of international schools. Yeah, a lot of even the international schools, like in China, they teach English only. They use English to.
Yeah, the international high schools. They use the U.S. system basically. Yeah. And I know people who go to those, and it's so expensive. But they basically nurture you to go to school in the U.S. eventually. Right?
So even the teach math, teach chemistry, everything English.
Yeah, AP chemistry, AP physics, and then everything. And these teachers from the US as well.
And those like the words for the chemistry or the physics is so different, and the mathematics different. That's kind of the whole thing. You're gonna at least learn 1 year, like a lot of words.
Yeah, a lot of the terminology.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because for me, we never learned those stuff in English. So if I start the university here, it will be big trouble for me as well.
Yeah, because I mean, like it's something that you know, but you don't understand the terminology.
I know that in Chinese, like a triangle and then square, whatever. Then you do the calculation of angles. They all have
trigonometry stuff.
That's crazy. That would be crazy.
No, I remember that because in undergrad I was a teaching assistant. So I have to like teach this. And it was really difficult because I had to learn these terminologies first. But once you learn them, you're like, that's what I did in middle school.
Yeah, in the middle school.
Yeah. But right now it's the same thing with finance and economics. Right? I mean, I learned everything in English. If you ask me to teach it in Chinese, I will need some time, like 1 or 2 months to get used to it. So it's tough because right now I'm supposed to be able to teach in French as well in a couple of years.
French?
Yeah. And I don't speak French before moving here. So now I'm taking French lessons, every other day.
You said you came here last year, right?
Last September.
September. 2021?
21, yeah.
That's only like 5 months ago. 5 months.
Yeah.
That was a big challenge to.
And moving from Barcelona to here, it's a little bit of a different vibe.
How about your Spanish? Was getting some Spanish there?
Yeah, I speak some Spanish, but it wasn't that good because I did my PhD program in English.
Okay.
But it helps with the French learning because the grammar stuff. And
that's
everything.
interesting. So at the end, you probably know a lot of languages.
Oh, at the end, I'll probably forget all my Spanish because of the French and not using it. Yeah, so yeah, it's challenging because I have to learn it well enough to teach.
But what made you, at age of 19, what made you have the decision to go overseas?
Yeah, I was. I
that
guess
time was a little bit trendy as well. Some people, Chinese students.
It was semi-trendy.
Yeah.
I would say it was definitely becoming more common back then. And then I was so for me, I wasn't having a great time in my Chinese university.
Okay.
I was also this like super shy and timid guy.
Okay.
Who's never been away from my actual home. So I just wanted like to put myself out of my comfort zone and see if I can grow.
Okay,
and now I'm not shy anymore, I guess. So it helped. It pushes me to basically, I would say, grow, but it's literally just putting yourself out there, right?
It's your parents help, like told you, like encourage you to go outside, or like it's more your own?
Like, they prefer that I go for like a master's degree after the undergrad.
Okay.
Because I got into this university called Guangdong University of Foreign Studies.
Okay.
So it was sort of a good university. It's difficult to get in, so they didn't want me to waste that.
Okay.
They wanted me to finish that and then go for a master's degree or something.
Okay.
But I didn't enjoy the education that I was getting there. I think it was I wasn't learning anything.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to challenge myself, so I decided to go just get out of the country.
But what major you took? Finance?
I didn't do finance when I was in my undergraduate degree.
Okay.
I did business administration, so something super general and economics. And I was just, I think I wasn't really into studying.
But a lot of people chose, what is that, like engineering to be safe, right?
Yeah. Engineering or accounting.
Yeah.
Things that that require.
The demand is there.
Exactly. And also, in the class, it requires a lot less, I would say, discussion and debate.
Group discussion, debate. Yeah.
So it's more comfortable.
It's more objective in subjective.
Yeah, exactly. With accounting, it's literally just,
it's
like
more objective.
And engineering as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was doing that at the beginning.
Okay.
And then I'm like, this is like not challenging at all and all that. So I decided to take classes like cross-culture negotiation.
Jeez, that's...
Yeah, it was tough. I got like a B-, but I think I learned something. So yeah, because with accounting, yes, I get A's.
Yeah.
But then I'm paying all this tuition fee for just something that I can learn from a book.
But that really interesting to come out of comfort zone. It's really challenging because
that's not easy.
Yeah, because a lot of time you have different opinions with the team members. Like within a team, you have to argue.
Yeah, and it's not in our nature when we're growing up.
Yeah, right? A lot of time we want to, let's not have disagreement.
Let's not do confrontations.
Yeah.
Right. But in the US, the American students were really comfortable doing that. They would raise questions, they debate with each other, and as Chinese students, when we were growing up, we don't. We either
listen, we all give orders. Sometimes,
I mean, like we listen to the teacher. I was like, okay, we write down the answer.
You don't challenge too much.
No, and if someone keeps raising their hands in class, right, we'll be like, what a shy heart. Yeah. So no, it's really different.
That's very, very interesting because when I'm been working in the IT field in Montreal for 14 years.
Okay.
So the full-time IT. So you see every day you are not trying to find the differences, but you have small decisions every day. It's like, how do we do this? How do we do that?
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes some people is a little bit more aggressive, like on their opinions. Some people like.
Okay, so there's always some sort of deliberation going on.
It's kind of the real life. The reality is like you have to kind of have different opinions or the arguments to make, sometimes you win a little bit, sometimes you lose a little bit, but you cannot have all agreements everywhere. It's
then there's no critical thinking. There's So.
It's sometimes it's like I was thinking working in the IT. Sometimes you want to move up to be a team leader or to be a manager. So that skill is very hard. First of all, you have to deal with your colleagues to make sure somehow you can win over them, to see all the decisions. Sometimes it give you trouble. If you are not cool enough, sometimes you are not relaxing enough. You just kind of argument
You're
with
too
them.
Uptight,
Yeah,
and then,
it happens all the time. For the people they come on top to move up, I guess they're very smart on this. They got a lot of social skills.
Very smooth in terms of dealing with people.
Yeah,
and you have to deal with people externally too, right? Outside of the team and all that.
It's very. I seen firsthand here, so I see really amazing. Some people handle that very well, and then they just let's put this aside. And after several days, they come back. Probably circumstance changes, or the report to the manager or something, and then they kind of agree with him. But I had the chance to one time had an argument with a colleague. I was by the manager giving a little bit role of leading that small group. But I did not have the real authority. But I was leading, organizing something
on paper, basically.
on the teacher, the manager just gave briefed on about it. Like I was in charge of certain things, assigned tasks for some time, and then I just messed up. Like sometimes I give them let's finish a week. Like next week come back, we check how it's going. And 1 week is not done, another week is not done. And then the third week, I was really a little bit upset. I was physically, like verbally, like saying, like criticizing. It's kind of they come back. It's kind of ugly. So it's not smart. It's very difficult. I can sense that guy was trying to make trouble for me because it's kind of a you want to move up or something. The other.
Why do you get to move up?
Yeah, exactly. They give you a little bit trouble, and then they give you the test. Actually, I failed that test. Some people they good at things. Some people not good at. And then after that, I realized I'm not that kind of. It's not for me. That's only basic test. And then you have, if you really manage a team, and then you have another team, you talk to the boss or another like other stuff, customers, and negotiate. The problem happens, who's to blame, how to fix it, and then how to write the report. And the writing report is important as well. Like how do you point the problem to, like making sure everybody is not losing much, losing too much. Who's to blame too much? It's kind of
it's really challenging in terms of making sure that nobody's pissed off. But at the same time, you have to hold them accountable to their stuff.
Also, you have to see, the problem happened. What's the cause? And the big boss gonna say, you need to find out what happened. And then at the same time, you want to make sure, like, let's not put everything on one person or something.
So it's the big boss. I think the most challenging position is sort of like something like that, like the middle manager. So you don't have the absolute authority, but you're put in the spot of doing a lot of the dirty work for the guy with the absolute authority.
I was very technical at that time. Like I was in charge of the network. So every time things went down, the network went down, we have to have the root cause analysis. That report you have to prepare. The root cause. What had really happened.
So you need to identify.
Who reported the problem, who found the problem at what time, and then like what did you do to mitigate?
A whole log,
And then what was the workaround solution? The workaround, and what is the real solution? How to prevent happening next time. So it's the root cause. But then you will see, like, the real reason is the service provider issue, or our configuration issue, or our some human error. If human error is whom, so for me the best case is the service provider. So that one.
There's no debate.
Exactly.
It's just like
it's them. It's amazing. If they can confirm by email or saying, they did have something happen within their network cause our stuff, that would be heaven. That's really relief.
But it's something on your side.
Exactly. It's something like, it's not patched, or the system run some parameter config was working that time, but over time it's a problem, or something we did not think of at the beginning. So we're gonna think, this is really bad. It's even bad on you or bad on your colleagues or other team.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of. Because like I would think of IT work as mostly technical, but then
still you have the root RCA root cause analysis report, this assay report is very, very important.
Yeah, and those are tangible, so those not much debate. But when you have to deal with people,
you need to say whose team. Exactly, whose team within team, whose responsibility is that. It's you have to be very careful to write that report. But at the same time, you need to make sure that problem won't happen. Everybody understood. Okay, the problem happened, and the impact is what kind of level. If its impact was really huge, and then this report could be very detailed, very, very bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's well, so that but you do not really now do you still do it? It's or do you mainly focus on the restaurant?
I focus on restaurant now. It's not my choice. I've been the restaurant started 8 years ago, but the first 6 years I always had my full-time IT job.
Okay.
So I working at the same time. But then during the pandemic, beginning of pandemic, I was laid off because of the pandemic. Otherwise, my kind of 2 jobs at the same time will be going on forever, I guess.
So now you can focus on the restaurant.
Yeah,
basically.
I have to because that's the only income for the family now.
Yeah, but also like now you can use some of your, for example, like the way you do your menu, right? It's pretty creative in the sense that like I've lived in a lot of countries in the past 10 years, and I've explored Chinese restaurants. But then I do enjoy when reading your menu. You actually tell people. What these are and how you feel about it, and
because I'm an engineer, IT engineer, I want to make things straightforward. To make sure like not people understand to know our menu. Because Chinese dishes so many and they do so different.
Chinese,
exactly.
Right? It's like
every restaurant is different.
Exactly.
Like that's why I started the website comments on the menu 8 years ago, right? Not yet, not last year, 8 years ago. And even I asked like customer volunteer to to shoot the video to explain the dish in a YouTube video. It was 7 years ago I did that, but nobody paid attention. So, but the main purpose was just to make sure like a customer when they order the order,
they don't have to guess.
They order that. Exactly. So
that's really important.
IT engineer, the thinking was kind of getting everything out there.
Because other than some people put like a picture on it, but then from the picture you still have to kind of I'm not sure about that and all that. So
I have video there 7 years ago, like after we were reported by a lot of media. Like 2021 last year, so we were super lucky to get exposure to the media. So that's why after that I get my own version of videos to explain every dish. I sit in front of a table downstairs. Every day I eat one dish with one bowl of rice.
And then explain the dish.
So actually, basically almost 50 videos to explain all the items on the
That's really
good. That's so you know exactly what's like the close-up look, the taste I can explain, and then how it.
Also for people ordering delivery, right? I think it's perfect because sometimes I order food delivery. I mean, I know that's the dish name, but then at the same time, I'm not sure like what's your approach of cooking that dish. But if I can see a video, I can see you eating it. Then, I think that's really important.
That's like so. This new channel is with my name, but 7 years ago I had another channel called the Cuisine on That. So that one has the old name. The old like video, like they were shot by recorded by because that time I had my full-time IT job. I did not want my boss to know like I have so you're not 100% focused.
That's why now you can comment on
exactly
on all these previous work experience now. Right?
Now it's fine. It's like before was kind of I have to even I guess 2000 we opened the restaurant in 2014. The same February, same year, like a Gazette newspaper interviewed me and over the phone. They came and they like it, so they interviewed over the phone. I told them, do not write my name. I tell you my name, but do not write them on the paper. Because I have.
If the boss knows that.
It's not good.
Fully focused on the job.
That's why I'm always saying like I'm playing safe. I'm not like it's like I don't expect I can achieve anything great. I'm doing my you know, I survive every day. That's
but you enjoy this, so that's good.
Yeah,
right?
it's great. This thing is like I happen to super lucky to have a restaurant I can talk to customers, and then because I don't know what reason for you to come out of China. I came out like my first time, my first job, 2001. It's a great company, Huawei. I worked there.
Oh,
so
wow.
So I had the chance. I was working the overseas support, technical support team. So I went.
Were you in Shenzhen?
Yeah. I went to different countries to implement a project.
Actual support.
Yeah. I was a project manager for a lot of project. I was in Egypt, UK.
Okay.
I went to UK twice. Like every time, super long. Every deployment,
especially the UK, right? I think this Huawei in Europe in general, it's pretty big. When I was in Spain, there's a lot of Huawei phones.
Yeah, but when we started, almost zero. Like I was in UK 2003.
Okay, yeah, back then there's not much presence.
Yeah. So it's expanding. The overseas market was expanding around 2001, 2002.
Okay.
So I was the first, but super young, fresh out of school.
Okay.
It's like it's like we call wolf culture. Like in China, in Huawei, we call it wolf culture. It's super young and energetic, and you can work overtimes. To be honest, I don't know ambitious. That time we just like working.
Yeah, basically you can work like a machine.
Yeah, exactly. Super young and no family, and
so no attachment.
Yeah, no attachment. And then a lot of my young colleagues, like that year, they hired 7,000 students out of campus. Like 7,000.
All fresh graduates who can just jive.
And then they send us to overseas. My first trip was to Egypt. I stayed there 6 months.
Cairo?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So 6 months there.
6 months.
Yeah, I was doing the broadband.
Okay.
The broadband.
The
internet access. That time was trendy. That time was new.
Yeah,
2002.
Broadband, Back then it was. Yeah.
So the Huawei was doing great, and so that time they start really early. That time there's still American company called Lucent. Lucent was doing great that time. Was on the way down. Notel was still good. Like all the big companies, Nokia, Siemens, and Alcatel, like a French company. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a French company.
Yeah.
And Ericsson, all these giants, telecom giants, were still surviving that time. But only in the 2010, they all disappeared. Most of them all disappeared. Yeah. All kind of killed by competition.
But then Huawei
survived. Amazing. So they were spending like crazy. Expanding like crazy. So 2002, I was only 23 years old. I was in charge of.
And also you got to basically go abroad
different countries. Yeah. That's why.
That was a cool job, right?
Yeah, I give you a lot of money too.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend who also was hired as a fresh graduate, but as an accountant.
Yeah.
Though, so I don't know back then if they had that. Apparently, his cubicle, his desk, you can pull out like a bed.
Yeah. We have a mattress. We have mattress culture. It's called mattress. Okay. It's you can fold. It's the foam like this.
Yeah.
You bought like probably 50 MB there in the grocery store. Like in the Huawei campus, we have a lot of grocery store. You can use your IC card to buy. There's some money they give you every month, like 800 MB, I believe, every month. They that's extra give you, but you can only use within the system, within the campus. So it's so super cool. You can buy the corner grocery store, and you can buy all books. Everybody buy the New York photography book. From New York University, whatever, New York Art University. It's super thick, like 3. Everybody was trying to be a photographer, like because we had so many.
And travels, right, too.
Like, we had time to read. Like we had a little bit money to buy the high end Nikon, the kind of FD, whatever, F80, whatever those kind of. And then like we try to. And also the book is almost free because you can buy with your IC card in the campus.
Yeah, it's not actual cash.
Not actual cash. And we buy the travel luggage bag. We buy the mattress, like 50 MB. So you buy everything there. Like
so and this is like more like Huawei coins.
Yes, it's in the card. And then you go to the cafeteria to buy food as well, buy lunch, dinner. And then the mattress is like that time like I guess like after lunch, like you start 12, probably finish 12:30.
Yeah.
You have about 1 hour to resume your work. So everybody was sleeping. So they turned off the light of the office.
Oh, okay. So you can take a nap.
Yeah, take a nap for an hour or 40 minutes. It helps a lot.
Oh yeah,
refreshing.
For sure, sure. Yeah, I mean, like I sometimes need to take a nap in between because otherwise it's super tiring. You're just chugging coffee.
But when that's like after the university, like super young and super highly charged. So like and at that time they were expanding the different branches of Europe. Like Europe was they gave you the compensation like when you station outside. Okay. The Europe, like they develop like a well developed country, so they give you daily, every day they give you money much less than Africa. If you station in Africa, they give you can make a lot of extra US dollars.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you station there for 3 years, but you can come back every year for a while too. They pay the flight. Yeah.
Oh, then they pay the flight.
Yeah. It's super nice. They pay your like accommodation as well.
Oh wow!
So, and they pay you salary, and then they give you extra everyday allowance. And then if you choose to stay in a region like a continent, we call them continent headquarters. If you choose to stay 3 years, they give you a lump sum, one-time contribution, the compensation to you, and then you commit 3 years there. When you commit 3 years, normally you're fresh off the university, 22 typically, and then you're 25. And then you go back to Shenzhen, very difficult to find a girlfriend. But you get a lot of cash.
Yeah, that's the same thing with my friend. He's like, I'm working all the time, but like I'm getting paid really well, but I don't have the time to use it. You know, I'm always just
socialize.
And I think the campus now is located in
Dongguan 好像 it's probably Dongguan.
It's not around where young people are, I guess. Like so, he's like, I'm working all the time.
They built a new base in Dongguan, I believe, not in Shenzhen anymore.
Okay, my friend already quit. So
it's amazing. It's like Europe town. Like the whole campus, like different Europe cities.
Really?
Like, they made the style. There's the mini train travel between those kind of towns.
So they really make sure that you can feel, like you can feel super comfortable on campus, so you don't leave, basically.
And it's everything. You get everything. You have the barber shop. You get everything. You get restaurants, gym, everything. Even the base, the first base around 2000. The time I went there, 2001. You have it's a dormitory. It's a condo building. You pay them only, I guess.
So like a discounted.
700, and it's really nice. 700 MB, very nice unit. And you have the AC unit. You have everything like high unit. That time we out of school. Who saw that? Like out of it was kind of it's amazing. Super chill in the summers. Shenzhen summer was really hot, but then you have only 18 degrees inside your room. You feel like
and it's hot and it's humid. So you need AC.
AC.
Right?
You have indoor. You always have AC on.
That's good. And then
I spent 4 or 5 years in Shenzhen. It's amazing.
So you worked for Huawei for a few years, basically. Okay, then you came here.
So I saw United States everywhere, like Brazil. The Brazil is amazing. I spent there for a month.
Oh, where in Brazil? Rio de Janeiro.
So that's super lucky. But they opened my eyes, when
you want to see the world.
You see, it's like improve English, and then like can read more documents about a lot of things, like curious about a lot of things.
So you chose to come out here?
To stay here because we're IT engineers, so we speak some level of English should be fine. It's like.
So you didn't really have to learn French for your job, basically.
Not that much. It's American company. So I traveled for the last job. I worked for American the branch in Montreal. I traveled to the United States. I had headquarters several times, Dallas and Baltimore.
To Dallas and Baltimore. Okay.
It's amazing. Like United States. It's really amazing.
I spent about 5 years in the US in total, and then I got pretty tired of it, so I moved to Spain instead.
Spain, how many years you stay there?
Almost 5 years, because that's how long the PhD took.
But where's the master?
I did my master in Arizona, so in the desert. So this is my first actual winter in my life. I've never been in like an actual winter before.
Arizona it's very interesting place.
It's the
They have
desert, so
Phoenix.
Oh yeah, the Phoenix town. Yeah. So Phoenix is nice, and the surrounding, for example, like places like Sedona, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, and I miss that. And it's hot all the time. So,
But are they like? Do you see the tension there? Like, but you left there 5-6 years ago. You didn't.
2015.
Yeah,
So
that time before Trump time.
That was right before. I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
But after that, it said like more tension or something, or maybe the media.
Yeah, I don't know. I maybe there has been, but I haven't been back to Arizona for a while. Usually when I go back to the US nowadays, I go for a conference.
Okay.
So like 3-4 days, and that's about it. But since the pandemic, all the academic conferences are on Zoom.
Yeah, on Zoom. Yeah.
So, but now they're coming back. So hopefully I get to travel again.
Yeah.
That was the reason why I chose this profession as well. I'm kind of like you. I want to be able to sort of travel and see the world and
but what is the financial, like you're a financial professor right now or something?
Yeah, I'm a finance professor at HEC, and
okay.
So
but you're young, like you have to be like, I thought like the professor, they have to be like some age or something.
Yeah, so basically when you finish your PhD, you go on tenure check.
Yeah.
So tenure check is first you're untenured.
Oh,
right. So first your first rank as a professor is an assistant professor.
Yeah.
So 5-6 years, depending on your research, publication, and your teaching. Then you can apply for tenure.
Yeah.
So once you're tenure.
Before the tenure is temporary, right?
Before the tenure is still contract work, right? So the earliest you can go for tenure is 5 years. The latest 7. Now with the pandemic, probably 8. But after tenure, basically, technically, you have job security for life, right? Unless you really screw up something, like setting something on fire.
But do you feel like pressure? Because have you followed the news like last year or sometime in China, like the professor was the what is the chief?
The postdoc slit the throat of this associate dean.
Associate dean.
Yeah.
Not only one, another case as well.
Another incident. Yeah. You know, I had an interview. I had a job talk with Fudan University last year.
Because that's the pressure. Because like if you don't have the tenure, I was told, I'm not sure. You have to leave.
You have to find another job, and it's difficult because they will know that you failed tenure in the other university.
That's why in China the university imported kind of the system from the West. But how do they play it could be different. But so in Canada, in Montreal, is that kind of you feel the pressure, or somebody can decide your fate, your career?
So there's definitely some pressure because if you fail tenure, you're gonna have to look for another job.
Okay.
So tenure usually depends on your research output, meaning publication, and publication is always hard, right? Because if you want to publish on top journals in the world, there's only like 3 tops in the world, and you have so many finance and economics people. So it's tough, but luckily I got one already, actually a couple of months ago. So now I'm more relaxed on the research side. So now I have to focus on teaching. And I'm still doing some research. Now I focus more on the teaching. I guess if I don't learn French well enough to teach in French, I might fail my tenure thing. So I have to learn French. I have to keep doing research. I have to teach well with the English classes right now.
But overall, like, is there any pass rate or like you have the pressure? Most of them, as long as you do fine, you don't mess up things, you should be able to get the tenure.
Yeah, I think I was told that the success rate is relatively higher in HEC compared to some of the US schools because I guess they're more demanding in terms of research output. I feel super comfortable right now in the department with my colleagues and everything. So I'm enjoying it so far. 5 months in, and then
because in like the 2 incidents in China, that sometimes if you feel you are mistreated by your superior, who can decide you can stay or leave. That's kind of pressure.
That in combination of the frustration of your research not being able to be recognized by your community, basically, cannot publish.
Even they say like because the bad practice, your boss want to use you put his name on your work. Is
Yeah.
that right? Is that it could be, you know, because when you have the power over
Yeah.
other people,
Yeah.
it depends how they play it.
It depends on how they play it.
They have the level.
Yeah, yeah. Especially I've heard incidents of like PhD students and their PhD supervisors. There's some
tension
frictions
there.
As well, but I've been super lucky so far, and I didn't intend to go into this profession. I just wanted to do a PhD in Spain because I can live in Europe for free.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I chose to do a PhD. I didn't want to.
So they pay that well to the PhD?
No, they pay a stipend, about 1,500 euros per month, but it's enough for a single guy to live in Barcelona. And so I got to live in Barcelona for free for 5 years and do stuff. So in research, you can pick whatever you want to do.
But if you're good at the financial, you probably can live. You can make money on stock market. You can live very well.
Yeah. So on the side, you have to invest and all that. But then it takes a lot of time, right? So right now the job is basically taking up all my time. So what I do, I just put all my money in like index funds and just let it sit there.
But all your colleagues, like maybe teaching finance, probably they all good at their thing. So they
probably they have their own investments. They probably have houses around Montreal as well.
Really?
So yeah. I mean, I know many of my younger colleagues they have purchased real estate here. They purchased apartments here.
So they really know what's going on in the financial market,
and
the
I
stock
guess
market.
They really like it here. They want to settle down here as well. So my Korean colleague has purchased a house. Well, for him, it's a must, right? Because he has 3 kids.
Oh yeah, 3 kids. Amazing.
So paying rent, it will be, it doesn't make economic sense. Might as well buy a house with a mortgage.
But your financial is it's a micro or macro, Mike?
I focus more on the micro side, so corporate finance.
Okay.
So for example, mergers. When 2 firms merge, or how shareholders affect the firm's decisions.
So that's called a micro.
Yeah, that's more micro side. Macro would be more about
the overall
monetary policy, fiscal policy and things like that.
But that's a little bit boring, or like not.
It's more general. I
guess.
Yeah,
more
Yeah. Well, I would think of what I do is more of the strategic side of finance.
Okay.
It's like oh, should I buy that company? Should I buy?
But is that like right now? I guess like you can tell like probably the Tesla. You think Tesla will still go up, right?
It's that's another problem, right? That's more of an asset pricing problem. But these two are interconnected for sure. Because like Tesla, it depends on how you view the industry.
Okay.
Right? Because do you like the fact that Tesla's CEO is such a flamboyant character who can?
But he's doing the they did not spend any money on advertising, so that's saves huge amount of money. So he did great on that front.
Yeah. So when there's controversy, there's also publicity.
No publicity is bad publicity, right?
Exactly. Any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So he's definitely quite a character.
Yeah.
And I mean the company is doing
very well. Yeah, it's doing.
Pretty good.
But when you look at the numbers, their revenue, their gross profit margin, and then the
delivery of the car,
delivery, and I think. If you look at, sometimes you do look at their numbers. This suppose they have a lot of potential as well, right? Because they deliver. If you always saying like we have good product, but you cannot mass produce.
Yeah.
They
That's always the problem with these relatively newer companies and high tech companies, right? That's another thing. Like, if you invest in Tesla, what do you see the company as? Do you see it as a car manufacturer, or do you see it as a tech company?
The software company is amazing.
Exactly.
But the problem is they used to be almost $1 trillion. Like it's like $1 trillion value. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, and well, speaking of that, Apple right now
is 2 trillion, right?
Well, at one point it was $3 trillion. It was like the largest market cap ever in history.
Yeah.
That is scary. That's why the tech companies have come under a lot of pressure this year because they're too big. According to some antitrust regulators, for example, Facebook got hit the most, right? They even talk about breaking them up, breaking up WhatsApp, breaking up WhatsApp from Facebook, and also
the Instagram is popular. Instagram,
WhatsApp, So they're saying that they have monopoly power over data of the users, right? So I mean, it's scary sometimes, right?
But another thing is like you kind of on the surface you worth like 3 trillion, or Tesla like almost a trillion, but like that trillion comes somewhere. It's like crazy. Like it's like maybe like they really worth only 10% of that trillion, right? Because everybody was, if you buy with that value, that price, and over time you cannot grow, or maybe you're gonna lose some money. That's
because what's being reflected on the market value of these companies is basically a lot of times it's expectations of future cash flows, right? And these expectations fluctuate.
And also a lot of people buy, they're gonna push up the price. It doesn't sometimes does not reflect the real
So that's
real financial situation
the
of that
technical side, right?
It's crazy.
So a lot of times these high tech companies they're relatively overvalued because their market value would be this big, but the actual asset value is like only this, right? So then.
That's why I'm saying like if Tesla they can do the robots or something, and also the
space.
The space is different one, but if what is that, the power pack thing, the battery storage system, if they can really mass produce everything, make it like a standard, that will be worth a lot.
They create a whole ecosystem. So
and it's like you get the power from the sun, and then you store it, and then you charge your Tesla.
Right.
It's crazy. And also they have the full SD, the full self-driving. That software is crazy. And
that's the way to go.
You can. If they're reliable, very safe, and then they can have their own tax company. Nobody needs to own a car. So you just use the app. Like whenever you need it, they're gonna be in front of you.
Want to go somewhere and then just order.
That's crazy. And that probably. That's why probably the value could be 2 trillion, or even more than Apple. Apple right now, what do? It's look at the probably Tesla should be maybe more valuable than Apple.
Possibly.
Apple right now they only do phones, and the phones may not be better than Samsung.
I honestly don't use any Apple product because I don't like dynasties. I think it's just too strong. Everybody is using a MacBook. Everybody is using an iPhone. That's why I use a Xiaomi.
Xiaomi is great.
I use a Lenovo for my computer. So I never owned an Apple product in my life.
Seriously?
No,
I use, I guess, from iPad? 2000 always iPhone.
Okay.
Because it's so easy for me. So I'm lazy. So easy. Like
it has everything. Like making a video. Right. As well.
The MacBook Pro is great for video editing. It's super powerful for that.
And also these things all sync pretty well.
Very, very well. They have the AirDrop or something. So they kind of transfer the file.
Right. So in my case, the Xiaomi phone is not going to be able to sync with my Lenovo computer. So that's
amazing. But the problem is also it's super simple. And when you have the last time I was iPhone 7, so I get this one's 11 Pro. So the upgrade is just put 2 phones together. The upgrade is crazy because they belong to the same company. Right now the technology make them available. Like you just put them to do you want to upgrade? Put everything there. After 1 hour it's copied. Even the password copied. I don't know how, but even you don't need to log in. Like from new phone. Like you have the new iPhone 13 from 8. You just put them.
Saves so much trouble. Because when I switch a phone. Oh my god! It's just it's crazy. It's so much work.
And then you just put. I guess I noticed that like 2 generations. Like I guess from 7 to 11.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's just the technology there. You put aside. They detect. They say you have a new phone, the iPhone, and you want to upgrade this one to migrate this one to this one, and you click yes.
Click automatically.
1 hour, and it's the same. You don't even the password is amazing me because password you have to encrypt, and how do they encrypt? I don't know, but
they automatically transfer your password as well. On the phone. Wow, that's amazing.
And also the iMessage is great, and the FaceTime is great among Apple users. And the iPad, you have the Apple ID.
Yeah.
The iPad could be used as a phone. You have a network, and then you can call the FaceTime. They have increased the peer-to-peer the connection. So as long as the internet, they are not using any even iMessage the text system. They are using their own going through internet traffic instead of going through the service provider.
Okay.
Going through Bell or Videotron. No, it's just going through internet.
Wow.
So, yeah, because as long
super advanced.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very simple. Like my kid, she's 9, so she had an iPad.
Okay.
So sometimes she's calling me through her iPad. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. And then you have the watch too, right?
Yeah. Watch. I have Apple Watch, but it's super old. It's
okay.
It's,
okay.
2 or 3.
Wow.
Actually, we probably time to.
Should we order?
Yeah.
What should we order?
We're Chinese, we know.
Yeah. I think the best way for me to do it is to follow the owner's suggestion, right?
No, you can. I would leave to you.
Yeah.
And
because I wouldn't know which one is.
You can have all you can eat now. But today I'm gonna eat a little bit less. Yesterday I had too much.
Too much.
Yeah, so I watch my weight a lot.
Oh yeah, no, but you're in good shape.
No, not that. You play soccer still?
Yeah. Do you play?
Yeah. We play every week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we play every week.
We should play sometime. Yeah. Because I haven't really played since I came here. I just juggle with the ball, freestyle. So, so what do you have in mind? What should we get?
I don't know.
Yeah, I basically eat everything except fish.
No fish, but the pork is fine.
Yeah. Because I grew up in a beach town and I just got
too much.
Yeah.
I grew up in a lake, like Jiangsu province. You know Hongzhehu, the fourth largest lake in China.
Okay.
So I got a lot of freshwater fish.
Okay, fish. Yeah.
But I still love it. But here you barely have any live fish, freshwater fish.
Do they get fish? So where do they usually get the fish from?
From Toronto, I guess.
Oh yeah, the lake. Yeah. Okay.
I guess they got the Chinese restaurant market is not big, so in Toronto, Chinese restaurant, you get a lot of time. A lot of time because the market is huge.
Yeah.
So they got a lot of time. You can get the live fresh water fish.
Okay.
Here, very rare.
And I mean, like non-Chinese people, they don't care so much about the fish being alive. Yeah, right?
Because they have spines, like those kind of stuff.
But Chinese people, we care that. I mean, it's alive. That means like it's good.
And it's so expensive. Like you have CNT, the Chinese supermarket, and they have the water tank, fish tank.
Oh, so
they get the live, but it's super expensive, and only very few kinds.
Okay, very supply demand. So
for them, it's not making sense either because some fish after some days they may die, and your care.
And they price it so high that people are not gonna buy it.
Even the live fish they come from Toronto, I was told, because all the wholesale fish market is in Toronto. Okay. So they have once a week they give a batch. They transport a batch.
Oh really?
Yeah. I know.
Toronto.
It's a small market here. Yeah.
It's growing though. More and more Chinese coming. So.
And the Chinese supermarket, the TNT, do you know Datonghua? You know that?
I haven't been there.
That one is amazing. So they have the best Asian supermarket in whole Canada.
Really?
Yeah, it's
a chain.
It's a chain. Okay. They have 32, I believe 30 something already across Canada, but never in Quebec. Maybe because of the language thing. Yeah. So they now end of this year they opened up one in Saint Laurent.
Oh, they already did? Yeah,
already choosing the site already. They announced already.
Oh, okay.
So gonna be open end of this year. It's huge. TNT, Datonghua. It's amazing. So they have in Toronto. They have several, 2 or 3, and it's amazing. But it's pricey though. But you get a lot of Asian stuff, the fruits,
and
the
stuff
fish
that you usually don't get.
Yeah, and it's very pricey. But Toronto Chinese supermarket is very competitive. So you have the high end like TNT, pricey, and you have the middle end, and even the low end. Low end is not small, huge, but the smell is not good when you go in. But the price is so good. Okay. Several years ago we went there. You literally can see the kind of different level. Like some in the middle, you see, okay, fine, the price, fine, and the quality, and the low end, and it's by quantity. And sometimes it's not that great quality, but the price you just cannot resist.
You get like
you cannot resist.
Yeah,
you cannot resist.
Okay.
But always the high end, people get more money. They go to TNT.
They go to TNT.
Yeah, TNT. Okay. And every night around 9 or 8 or 9 o'clock, they have called the 熟食 They have snacks, those prepared food, like, cooked food.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. And 8 or 9 at night, they give discount half price because they're gonna they're gonna get rid of all of them.
Okay.
And it's amazing. A lot of people go at that time.
So there's a huge line.
Yeah. Amazing food.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it would be pretty cool to have one here.
And Ottawa has one. So a lot of people in Montreal, they drove
to Ottawa just for that?
Not only for that, but when they come back, they always have a visit. Always have a visit.
Wow.
The TNT is a big thing.
Okay, and it's coming here, so that's good.
It's coming here. And also the first one in Saint Laurent, the second one probably open next year in Brossard.
Okay.
Wow. TNT, it's amazing.
Yeah, the market is there, so... what?
Do you want to try the meicaiko roll, the pork with pickled vegetable? Because this one haven't had it for quite some time. It's greasy though.
Greasy? I thought you were trying to be a bit less greasy.
Yeah, but
you're fine.
I want to see how is this doing. It's last time I had it like almost several months ago.
All right, let's try that.
I want to eat less, but the problem is we can't.
Oh, this is the seafood section, basically, right?
Do you eat spicy? Very spicy?
I go pretty spicy.
We want the Sichuan spicy pot, 麻辣香锅. This one is very spicy.
Alright, yeah, let's try that, yeah.
And we get one vegetable?
Yeah. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend's from Chongqing.
Oh, Chongqing is crazy.
So, yeah.
Chongqing is people eat spicy food. Like
I learned to eat spicy pretty well.
And for the vegetable, you want the green beans, or you want the stir-fried cabbage, or you want the tofu?
Tofu. The tofu looks pretty good. That's sweet and spicy.
Oh, we take that one? Okay.
Yeah, right, tofu. Oh, these look really good.
And what is that other one? Yeah, the meicaiko. If you want to change, you can change another one to meicaiko roll for you want.
I know, but it seems pretty great. I mean, as long as you don't mind it being a bit greasy. Yeah. So.
Okay, we can do that. That's all.
Yeah.
You want the steamed rice as well, right?
Yeah.
And we get 2 qingdao.
Oh yeah.
And do you want other things?
Oh, I think that's enough for the 2 of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Great. I'm gonna go downstairs quick, and then it's gonna keep rolling.
Okay.
So just don't say something crazy.
I might as well just go to the bathroom then.
You can. If you go to the bathroom
without
without that. Yeah, exactly. So how do you? Why did you choose? Give me one sec. Still working? Yeah, still working. Why did you choose Montreal?
It's actually HEC Montreal is one of the best offers that I got. So because when you go on the job market, the academic job market, right? As you're finishing the PhD, you apply basically to universities to try to become a professor.
Okay.
So I basically, and it was COVID, so I basically just applied everywhere.
But it's even like United States and Spain.
Yeah.
But Spain, they say Spain is going down, the economy, everything.
And they don't pay really well at the university. No.
So I'm not sure, but they say the Spain and Italy, they're really in financial trouble as a country.
Well, I think in terms of Spain, economic wise.
Yeah. But you study finance. You study finance. You probably can tell right away what's probably the problem, but nobody can fix it. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, you have some really bright academics in Spain. You know, some of the professors and everything. They will write reports with the European central banks and everything. If these guys, I mean, I'm sure these guys see the problems really clear, but if these guys can't even fix it. You know, like, because I think in general, I'm just not used to the culture in general of working. Yeah. Because in Spain, like everything, the banks, the government organization, they all close at 2:30.
So they're not working.
Yeah, that's it. And then afterwards, you're done. Yeah.
So enjoy the life. They enjoy the life. But,
yeah, they do.
But collectively, if they don't provide enough products and goods, how to... They enjoy a little bit less.
Yeah, and that's why the pay is low. Yeah. Yeah, the pay is...
They said France too. France is... France, they said... I had a colleague move to France. They said the IT job, they pay really less. Much less than here.
I mean, compared to here, in general.
But here, comparing to US, we are less.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's kind of huge gap between like France, European countries to United States.
It's the same
the salary.
It's the same thing for university professors. In Europe...
But where's the money? Where's the money? Like they suppose, you know, they like France, probably they have Louvre, they have all the attractions. Yeah. The people go there. Like Spain is a big tourist country as well. Yeah. And they have a great soccer league.
But then, I mean, you have to finance all the benefits and stuff, right? Because if people stop working at 2:30 every day, and then they still need to enjoy the benefit, you know, like.
But it's weird. They should be no. You have to work to produce and to collect.
But at the same time, I mean, if you ask for the money, as for example, you compare childcare in the US versus in Spain. Yeah. It's just there's no comparison, right? Because in Spain,
so cheap.
It's literally just free, and also.
So they are happy.
They're happy in general, and then in August, everybody will just take a 1 month vacation.
So they're happy, but just don't have economic power at all.
I would say so, but like, so that would be the trade-off, right?
But how do they sanction people? Like, if you don't have power, how do they sanction other?
Yeah, did you see this morning? So the U.S. I think they announced it. Biden just announced it, right? They're gonna stop the import of Russian
Israel.
Oil. Yeah, he just, I think like an hour ago, he just did, and then the UK also said that they're gonna do that, but the European allies, they're not like basically they're like, dude, we can't do that, man. Like,
they said that Europe they had the plan to stop relying on them 2030. That's kind of 8 years from now. How do you live 8 years?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the reliance is just and it's not something that you can just turn off. Yeah. Right? It's there's a war. We're gonna stop using your oil and gas. It's not that easy.
But now Russia is threatening to turn off the gas on Germany.
So
they're doing it already.
The repercussion. Because it's
not they don't need you to ban them. They stop providing you.
Yeah, exactly. Because because Putin can retaliate. Yeah. Right, and then the world is just such a mess right now.
But it's weird. Spanish was not that powerful, like industrialized. No. But it was never that powerful. But France, like France, Germany, they were really the British. They were really
the powerhouse. Yeah, Spain and Italy are more like
relaxing.
300 years
I guess
ago.
food, more food for
fun. Relaxing. Like you have dinner at 9:30, 10 p.m. and then then you go out until 6.
So that's back to the aspiration of the elites. So they want to enjoy the lifestyle, but they very smart. They will say we don't have any economic power, or like because you don't have top tier manufacturing company, you don't have top tier technology companies.
It's mainly tourism, and well, there were two. There's still some like major financial institutions coming out of Spain. Banco Santander, that's a big one, and BBVA. But in general, you're right. I remember when I told my friends, I was like, I'm doing a PhD in finance in Spain. They're like, Spain?
Seriously?
No. When I enter, I think every time when I enter Spain, right, I show them my residence card. It says that I'm a student, and they're like, what do you study? No, finance. And the Spanish guy would be like, here?
We have financial problems.
That's why I study you.
But what is your citizenship right now?
I'm still Chinese.
But you have the PR card, right? For
Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Or United States or US?
No, I just got here, so I have to wait and then apply for the.
But what is your? Do you have green card anywhere?
No, because I've been moving around. Remember?
Jeez, that must be a little bit tough for like all this paperwork.
Exactly. For example, if I want to go to a conference, even right now, if I want to go back to Spain for a conference, because I'm no longer a resident there, I have to go apply for a Spanish visa. Right?
But when you study in the United States, do they assign you a temporary residence or something?
It was a student visa. And then here is a work permit. Yeah.
But here is so simple, right? I guess here is simpler.
I just need to stay,
for 2 years.
A few years, and then but now they have French requirement.
Yeah, you have to do that.
That's
100%. You have to do that very well.
That for my job, anyways, right?
You have to pass the level C2, I guess, C1, C2.
I think so. Yeah. So now I have a one-on-one tutor for my French.
You will do great
twice a week
because you have PhD degree and then it's
finance though, not linguistic.
And also like you being kind of we call floating overseas, right?
Vagabond, basically.
You being Spain like.
Yeah, US and South Africa, Spain. I was in London for like 6 months.
But do you like you are 30, 31?
Almost 31, yeah.
But you are like this generation, do you feel like you kind of gonna stay outside China, or you're gonna one day you go back to China to
See, that's another reason why I chose this profession. Because if you're not teaching, like if I'm not teaching, I can just go back to China.
Yeah.
And because my research is not like it's not like science research that you have to be in a lab. Right? Because as long as I have the data that I need on my computer, I can do it anywhere. So
also you can work for the like a law firm to do the kind of corporate merging thing.
Merging or corporate governance, and I write articles for the ABA sometimes, American Bar Association, the lawyers.
Okay.
So if I'm not teaching, usually I finish teaching at the end of April. And I don't start again until like the end of August.
Yeah. I guess you can find a big company that needs your service.
Or I can just go back to China to hang out and then.
Who's gonna hire you there?
No.
Government?
I can just go back and do my research at home, and I'm still getting paid, right? So because I'm still working. So what I like about this profession is the flexibility.
Okay.
That you can just work anywhere.
But if you're not teaching, but who's paying you?
The school.
Even you're not teaching.
Yeah, but another part of my job is research. Right?
Okay.
So when I do research, I publish with the name of the school, and then the school's ranking will go.
But how about the salary? Are they gonna reduce the salary or pay you by how much?
Oh no, it's just
like a fixed salary.
It's fixed, yeah. And then
that's great.
And then if you publish something, you have extra. Yeah. So that's why I'm telling you I like this job because now it's a bit difficult because of COVID, right? But before, like when you're presenting a paper in a conference, let's say in Portugal, the school will pay for you to go to Portugal.
Yeah.
For that, and then so all I need is to find a conference in China.
Yeah.
And then I fly back to China, right? But right now it's a bit difficult, especially flying back to China.
Yeah.
Right now.
That's crazy. But
Yeah.
for the but you all but you all a lot of time you think about the big picture of the financial system in a certain country or region, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think of the financial situation for China now?
Right now?
Yeah, is because the world is relying on China for the manufacturing goods.
Yeah.
But they at the same time they see that they kind of the dependence. It's like Russia's oil.
Yeah.
Like China's
now they have to ship more to China because nobody wants their oil anymore.
Yeah. And the problem also like the manufacturing jobs, the manufacturing power in China.
Yeah.
The West is totally depending on that.
Yeah.
They know that, they realize it's danger for them.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of try to move the supply chain around, diversify, but it takes super long, and they may not have so many people willing to work that hard.
Yeah,
and all the skills as well. Like in China, I'm from there, right? Because I'm from a village. All the villagers like they get a lot of my age, 42. I'm 42. I'm born in 79. 12 years, 12 years older than you.
Okay, so just literally one loop, right?
You're a goat as well. You have goat.
Yeah, because it's literally.
Yeah. So I'm goat as well. So 12 years, exact 12 years.
Yeah. Wow.
So all the buddies in my village, I'm the only one. First one went to university for the whole village. So a lot of them they just finished education for like junior high school.
Junior high, not even high school.
Not even senior.
Okay. Wow, tofu looks great.
So a lot of them, but they are super smart. You know, they work really hard, and then they get the training of.
Then they can pick up the skills.
Really, very fast. Right? Very fast. They work like building roads, like construction jobs. A lot of them they have the welding. The last time, like several years ago, the kind of stadium they do the welding there. When the high air, like welding, they pay you extra, but sometimes you drop.
But without protection, you have to.
Sometimes it depends. It depends the budget or whatever. You know, sometimes risky. That's why they pay you a lot more.
Risk and return.
Yeah, exactly.
High risk, high return.
You know, the welding, like it takes maybe 1 day or 2 days to get it.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are doing this, and then the whole country, millions of people are doing this. So if even they move their factories to other countries, I don't think they get the same kind of efficiency.
And it takes time to basically nurture that kind of skilled labor. Wow. But you're right though. You can see these companies doing that, because now if you buy something from Nike, it says it's made in Indonesia.
Yeah, a lot of them, Indonesia, right? Vietnam is benefiting a lot by doing nothing. India too, because of the Trump has the trade war. It's crazy. But overall, like, do you see the house market in China is kind of crazy. Yeah. So will that affect like because people, when you have 1 year or 2 years you live in the city, you have expectation. Like your income will be stable, your house value will go up, and then 1 year, 2 years, and then you think have to increase, and your kids' education, everything, and the cost of everything is going up. Yeah,
especially nowadays.
So overall, maybe you have to, the market has to create more revenue for the population.
Yeah, and I mean in general also there's a lack of investment channels, right? Because if you think about Chinese citizens, like usually my parents, right, they would.
But your parents are doing great, right? Because that time they can send you to
a cheap one, but no. But in general, they both retire now. Like if I look at my parents, look at the friends I know. What do? They invest in stocks or like they.
Oh, stocks is bad.
Right now it's bad. Yeah. And then they invest in real estate, right? But then there's no other really alternative investment channel. And stocks are doing really bad right now. This morning I just liquidated my position in the Chinese index fund.
No, even the Chinese stock market, 30 years, they still 3,000 points. Over 10 years. So it's kind of up, down, always go down.
Yep.
It is weird because you see the index of Dow Jones, right?
Jones.
Dow Jones, you see over 10 years, maybe tripled, right?
You see if you hold the S&P 500 for 10 years, then you've made decent money.
Yeah, but look at China's stock market, the index, still 3,000. That's unbelievable. It's almost like a robbery.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just you need more sophisticated institutional investors in the market instead of a bunch of retail investors.
Okay.
Who don't, because I worked shortly in a Chinese brokerage before, about 10 years ago, and you have people literally was selling fish in the morning in the market, and then at 9 o'clock they would go chase stocks.
Okay.
That's not really good for the market. You should be delegating that kind of investment decisions to more sophisticated institutional investors. So that will really grow the market in general, I would say. Wow, that looks really good. Oh, I can already smell the spiciness. So did you grow up eating spicy?
In Jiangsu province, not that big
really,
deal.
Right?
Not that
More
big deal.
Sweet
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. But in Tianjin, though, it's they get pretty spicy.
Tianjin is okay. It has, but Tianjin cooking is crazy. It's really good.
I was in Tianjin last year for my quarantine. When I went back from when I went back from Spain to China.
To which city?
Beijing. No, in Tianjin. I was being quarantined in Tianjin in a hotel.
But what was your destination?
Like, it was Guangzhou. Yeah.
But why did you go to Tianjin?
That was the only flight.
Normally Beijing, though, big city.
No, they were not flying to Beijing.
Oh they're not allowed.
No, yeah, exactly. No, the flight was to Beijing.
Yeah, and then
but it was to Tianjin.
That's why they protect Beijing at all costs.
Yeah, exactly. And back then, some of the people in my flight, their destination was Beijing.
Yeah.
So I had to do 2 weeks of quarantine. These people, they have to do an extra week. Yeah. So, as you said, at all costs.
Yeah, at all costs.
Yeah, right now I think it's still 2 plus 1 week of home quarantine. It's difficult. I think I'm not gonna go home for summer. I don't want to spend 3 weeks in quarantine. So before the pandemic, do you go home quite often?
I was lucky is that I went there February 2019.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's several months before. Before that, I didn't go home like for 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Otherwise, it's going to be 9 at least.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 9 and going. We don't know.
Yeah. Because my daughter was 6 at the time. The first time, like since she was born, to
really?
visit the.
That was her first time.
Yeah, visit the village. I'm from a village.
Wow.
So you are from that's a city, right? Yangjiang is a city.
4-tier city. Yeah. But I was born in a town outside of that, and then.
What do you mean town?
It's more like for example, like Laval to Montreal or something like that, and then I moved into the city when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah.
But my dad is also from a village outside of town. But yeah, I grew up in Yangjiang in the 4-tier city.
Canton, the Guangdong province normally is really good. Like same like Jiangsu. Most places really nice.
Yeah.
Guangdong, I guess the GDP right now is still the #1 in China.
In terms of province, yeah, but it's mainly because of Shenzhen and Guangzhou.
Shenzhen and Guangzhou.
But I think overall performance, because I was just in Jiangsu last year too for traveling. I think in terms of overall performance of like all the cities, I think Jiangsu
is the best.
Yeah.
We're more balanced.
Because I think both Canton and Jiangsu were known for being really good in commerce, right? In trade and things like that. So, because I guess in ancient China, that these are the two places when that happened, right?
The Guangdong province, they have some poor area like near mountains, whatever, right?
Oh yeah.
But Jiangsu is like all plain.
Overall, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mountains are tough.
Yeah,
tough, you can't really. Yeah.
In China, we call 穷山富水.
Oh yeah, exactly.
When you get the mountains, you poor, water you rich.
Because water is facilitates the trade.
Trade, the transportation.
Yeah.
But mountain you can use have a tourist business.
Depends on the mountain, right?
Some is not nice mountain.
No, yeah. Also the people, right? And whether the people can actually commercialize that makes a difference. But yeah, like mountains in Cape Town, amazing, and they are able to capitalize that. But yeah, right now it's even more chaotic, I think, in South Africa.
I guess it's just have to educate. Education is very important for even United States, some poor neighborhood because of education.
Because it's so expensive in the US, tuition. And
that's why I don't understand. They don't why they have a lot of top tier universities, super expensive. And the community universities, the quality is so bad. You know, people hung out there. A lot of that's what I heard. Like community universities, they're really not that great.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's a cycle, right? If you're a good university, you have a lot of money, then you can hire people, famous professors and all that. Then you attract more students who are willing to pay that money. Then you become rich and rich, you know. So
your plan probably gonna stay for Montreal for a long time. Looks like that way.
Hopefully,
if
I
you
mean,
get the tenure,
if I don't get tenure, I have to get out of here.
I have a friend like he plays soccer with me. Is a professor at the McGill.
McGill?
Yeah, he got the tenure already. He's coming from Boston or somewhere. He's a big guy. He's really smart. I guess he got something already in his field, maybe.
Oh wow! So yeah, if he has tenure, then he's
super happy,
relaxed. Yeah. What field is he in?
That's bio, whatever, biomedical.
Okay. Yeah, McGill is really good at that. Yeah.
And we play soccer every week together.
Indoor?
Yeah, right now indoor.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't found my group yet. I came here and then it's weird because I can't.
You know, I literally run a Chinese soccer team here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we played together since 2008.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool.
The team is it's been a long time.
So like you guys...
I'm the secretary of the team.
Oh
so
really?
I set up the website, everything. I'm in charge of the money, everything.
Oh wow! So it's like
who's coming, who's not. Every game.
Okay.
I even write the game log for every game all these years.
Really?
On the website.
So do you guys play against other teams or do you have
within each other?
Oh wow!
During the summer we have about 26, 28 people showing up for each game, so 13 against 13.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really good. Wow, if you accept any new members, I'll be interested, you know?
You think playing the Brossa, do you drive? No, you don't drive.
Brossa? Oh, no, not yet.
It's very tough.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But we have...
That's far. Right.
we have a key member from University of Montreal living in your area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From University of Montreal? Working in University of Montreal.
He was a student there, and then he's a doctor as well, PhD.
Okay.
A lot of Chinese doctors there. Yeah. and he's been playing with us for several years. The problem, like in the summer, we always play as there's a soccer field in Brossard, but I live in West Island, super far. So
it's a long drive.
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
a Sunday morning. So and I don't know. Maybe recently I feel like I have to stop playing there. But I'm, as a team, very long, lot of years, and the key members, they're old or they move out of Montreal. Some of them move to Toronto, have new members every year.
Okay.
The pandemic impact our team a lot.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I haven't played since the pandemic. I haven't played an actual game since the pandemic.
I'm still not decided I will continue because I've been playing soccer for 13, 14 years in Montreal, like all the time. In China, I play a lot in the university. But the problem is this is the hobby, but the problem you have to give up the hobbies. I guess because I have to work in the restaurant a lot.
Yeah, time constraint, especially during the weekends, right?
For the summer, we every Sunday morning from 8 to 10. But I have to get up around 7 to drive to Brossard.
And then you have to drive back to the restaurant.
Yeah. If I go back home directly, almost 12 o'clock.
Wow.
If the traffic. Pandemic, not so much traffic, but before was 11:50, 11:40 get home. But now my kid is 9. She's 9, so I feel like a weekend I need to spend the Sunday morning with kids.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's the same thing with my colleagues. They used to play a lot, but then once they start having kids, and then they start playing. Yeah.
That's why I would give up this summer. I'm not. That's what I'm thinking recently. Because it's too far.
Yeah.
It's from 7 to 12, almost 5 hours.
Yeah. Before the snow, I usually play in the parks. You know, they like pickup games with the
Ken Park, right?
There's one around McGill.
Okay.
There's one so yeah, there's like pickup games like with the students and everything. So, but then it's not organized. So you just play, against each other, different levels. So.
Yeah, we always have our own team for.
Yeah.
So it's very stable.
It's better to play with people that you're more familiar with. It's because otherwise, like,
lot of fights, lot of problems.
And
and you don't know how many people are showing up.
Exactly. Sometimes too many, sometimes not enough.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I guess that's why basketball is more popular in Chinese companies.
Yeah.
And even in high schools.
You only need a 6.
Yeah, and the basketball court doesn't have to be that big, right? So, especially in the Canton province, basketball has always been, at least in my generation, has always been a bigger sport compared to soccer. I don't know about Jiangsu, but maybe people like soccer more, right? In the northern part of China, people like soccer more.
Yeah, soccer is difficult to get so many people.
Especially in China, right? In large cities of China, it's really difficult to get a field to play.
Right now it's crazy. And I have a friend, they just moved from Shenzhen to here. He said it's so expensive to
rent a field.
And then you need to. Sometimes they have fights or whatever. You have to call this body, that body, somebody to reserve it beforehand. That's why it's interesting when the city like Shenzhen, they're so big, but they cannot have some space reserved for the sports. Very few sports facilities.
Yeah, but here in Europe as well, they make sure that they reserve certain spots in the city for example, first for entertainment, for like parks, more parks, and then also for sports facilities. But I think China is just starting to realize that, you need to mobilize the whole population to get healthier, to work out, to exercise.
Do you still talk to a lot of friends
in
China?
Yeah, I do. Usually I go back once a year.
Okay.
I hang out with my friends from my hometown, but right now it's so difficult.
Yeah, but recently, is that real? They ban games for the young kids, young people, and also.
I think so. I think they announced that when I was still there in August.
Okay, is that strict or like just like saying it?
I think it would be pretty strict. Because kids nowadays, they are so addicted to these games. I mean, people don't care about actual sports anymore, right? They care about esports, which is kind of sad in a way, because I mean it's all cool, but then trading off that for like.
But that's online game. How about the PlayStation?
A PlayStation.
If the PlayStation some like local games, you don't.
I think that's fine. I think it's mainly the internet games, the online, because those are apparently the most addicting one, and those suck out your money.
Yeah.
Right. Online. I mean, just local games. If you're just playing on your console, it's fine. I think.
Nobody can track you, right? Nobody knows.
Yeah, the parents do. I still remember when I was a kid, I would just play on my computer, and then when my mom walked in, I'll just switch to like an English software learning. But yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult to take control of that. I mean, like, you can't even encourage more kids to play soccer anymore in China, right? Because with what's going on with Chinese soccer right now.
Oh yeah.
It's why would I do that, right? So it's like the darkest period in Chinese soccer history right now. So I guess before this, you were supporting the Jiangsu Suning team, and
actually, I stopped watching Chinese soccer for like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But the past 10 years were like the best years, but now it sucks. So.
Yeah, they used to have Super League or whatever.
There's still Super League, but right now, because of the pandemic and a lot of restriction on real estate developers.
Oh yeah.
Who are the main sponsors?
Yeah, they lost money or they bankrupt some of them.
Yeah, look at Evergrande, right? So that was.
Will that create a big trouble for the whole economic? Or I guess they have control to limit the damage.
To limit it, yeah, but still, it.
Evergrande was too crazy, too big.
Yeah, still it affects overall sentiment of the market, right? Then people will start thinking, if Evergrande can just go down like that,
are they still running or bankrupted already?
They're restructuring. So the team is gone. Well, the team is still there, but they basically let go of all the famous players. Now they're just using a bunch of 19-year-old kids. So no, but right now the company is restructuring, I think.
But how can you restructure because you have so much debt? And people don't have confidence on your company. So a lot of companies they build on confidence from future, but they know already, and you are probably negative already, and then.
So I don't know about their stocks, but in terms of their bonds, I think they defaulted on they failed to pay the interest, right? And I think they had to make the bondholders accept some kind of restructuring plan, because if you don't let them restructure, as the bondholders, you lose everything. But by letting them restructure, at least they slowly build up their cash flows again, and they're able to repay you. But if you don't allow for restructuring, then your bonds will never be repaid. So I think that's what they're doing right now. I'm not following them closely, but essentially that's what happens, right? When you default on a bond. I mean, like, if you think about the U.S. airlines, a lot of them filed for bankruptcy in the 2000s, and they were allowed to restructure, and then now they're alive, so. But yeah, it was crazy. It came out of nowhere, the news. It was just like suddenly such Because like a year ago, you can still see the owner of Evergrande.
Yeah,
just being super awesome. Yeah. You know, one of the most wealthy person, and then now, well,
they have almost like hundreds of billions of dollars there, the debt.
Yep. And also they were trying to do everything, right? The real estate company, they try to do water, water.
And cars.
Cars, yeah. Financial service. Financial service makes sense. It helps with them. It goes along with the real estate. Yeah, but
financial service, they said it's a big trouble for a lot of people. They lose a lot of money on that one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that too fatty, right, for you, right? You don't.
I usually eat the meat. It's good. But my dad, he will always like eat specifically only the fat part. No, but usually the Mei Tai Koyo is like perfect for like with like a bowl of porridge and things like that, and yeah.
So if you get the tenure of 5 years, you're gonna stay here for good?
For good, I guess, yeah.
So you really don't mind living anywhere, right? Whoever gives you tenure or stable.
Well, it depends, right? Because right now I actually like the city. Imagine if I would have moved to a city a lot of the U.S. universities are located in really small towns,
town,
right? Yeah. I'm not sure if I'll be able to, live there for life. But I mean, I guess it's because I'm young and I doesn't have a family at the moment. But if you have a family, living in a small town might be actually better. But no, I actually like it here. So.
What's your impression of Montreal so far? Yeah, the city.
Cold. It's actually pretty cool because there's also a lot of European elements, right? So someone coming from Europe, I think it's good. It's a good mix of North American and European vibes. So I think it's pretty cool.
Which neighborhood, beside the College, which neighborhood you are familiar? You visit?
I live around here, so I live right next to McGill. Yeah. So I live on De La Montagne. So yeah, it's familiar with that, and then the area around Saint Laurent. Sometimes I go to the plateau. I have some friends living there, close to Little Italy as well. But that's about it.
Did you go to the Tremblant?
No, not yet. Where is that?
The national park on the north?
Not yet.
It's a big mountain.
Yeah. Is it good to go? What time is it?
Oh, the summer is park for camping, hiking, loading boats, cycling.
Okay.
And the autumn were to see the leaves, the red maple leaves.
Okay.
You just walking the trail, walking the hill, and then the winter would be great for skiing.
Skiing. Okay.
So it's all around. A lot of resorts there, like people buy the waterfront cottage there to rent.
Okay. Wow. I have to go check it out.
Yeah. But you have to drive there though. You have a friend drive to share a car.
Yeah.
So from Montreal, almost 2 hours, I guess. 2 hours.
That's not bad. Yeah.
But on the way, you see a lot of 1 hour. You see a lot of the small sheds.
Okay.
The cottage waterfront.
Wow.
Have almost thousands of lakes, different sizes, small lakes. A lot of, if you talk about the cottage, a lot of them have water access. So it'll be great for swimming and fishing and row a boat.
Wow, so summer would be perfect.
It's always like that. It's amazing. Montreal surrounding Montreal, it's kind of heaven.
I heard summer is gonna be awesome usually. But it starts late, huh? It doesn't start until July.
But winter, people, if they like skating and skiing, it's perfect. It's heaven too.
Okay, yeah, that's true. haven't done much skiing since I arrived.
So that's the north, and you.
There's like a skiing, like a mountain for skiing. Also down south too, right? I think. On the south.
Yeah, the Sultan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that's on, right? Oh yeah, it's okay. I thought like under the microphone.
Oh, okay. That is on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ski. All directions you have some good ski spots. The south you have Sultan, I guess. The north you have on the way to Tremblant, the big one. There's a Sauve. Sauve is good as well.
Okay.
On the west of Rigaud, a lot of good places because a lot of small hills.
Yeah, after I finish teaching at the end of April, I can start exploring the city. Now we actually have a break week, so we just finished a midterm, and now there's a 1 week of break.
But your schedule should be, I guess, it's kind of a little bit relaxing unless you do a lot of research by your own.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. And I work with some. I have co-authors in other places, so we have a lot of Zoom meetings, and so yeah, it's a bit overwhelming at the moment. Lots of work.
It's really international right now, right?
Yeah. So yeah, you work with people in other universities, in the US, in the UK, in Europe. So that's the fun part. Then you go to a conference and you see each other again, and then you drink together in the conference, and then yeah. But we haven't been able to do that for 2 years.
Right now, it's almost open everywhere.
Yeah, there's a conference this week actually in Chicago on Thursday. Some of my co-authors are going, but I can't go because I'm teaching.
Do you need the PCR results or something? To the United States?
I think right now it's the you just only need the antibody test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Antibody.
Is it or is it called antigen?
Oh, antigen. Yeah, not antibody. Antibody is like showing you have virus already. You have.
Oh yeah, as long as
you,
okay, yeah. With the antigen, yeah. That one's quick, right? You get it like super quickly, yeah. No, yeah, you need that to board the plane. I think the US doesn't require that. It's the Canadian Airlines that requires that. Yeah, so we have speakers over every Friday. So they will come from the US, and then at the end of the day, we take them to the antigen test. We can take them out to dinner, and then the next day they fly back to the US. So. And I think next week, right? Starting next week, they're not even going to require the vaccine passport anymore.
Yeah, for the restaurants, everything. Like for the indoor events, there's no at 12. Yeah, this Friday, this Saturday.
Just Saturday, okay. But what about the mask requirement? Is still going to go on?
Mask are going to be mid of April, I guess.
Okay, then they won't require any mask anymore?
Nope.
But I think for public transportation, you still need to wear a mask, but in restaurants and bars, you don't.
I guess that's May. Public transportation will end the mandatory mask.
No, really?
End of the May. Middle of the May, maybe.
Oh, wow. So we're actually going back to normal now.
Looks like the way.
Because people are so over the pandemic, and now we have a new crisis, right? We have the war.
We'll have a nuclear war. We're going to blow up everybody.
Yeah, because if he wants, right, he can just press the button.
It's a crazy world.
Right now, people are analyzing that, because inside of Russia, people are not really satisfied with what's happening.
You imagine the people there, they cannot, you have Visa card, MasterCard all cancelled.
Doesn't work.
It's just crazy. And if you want to do the international trading business with other companies, it's crazy. Yeah.
So people are not happy. People are pissed.
Nobody can be happy.
Yeah. So
because it's your daily life got upside down. Like imagine you have a company to do any trading with other countries, whatever, and then do business. You just basically bankrupt.
Yeah, right away, overnight, basically.
Imagine we are in Russia, like a restaurant. We're done. I guess people have no money.
And also, for Russians abroad, right? It would be almost impossible for them to send money back to family.
Yeah,
right?
because the SWIFT system cut whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, people are gonna be pissed. There might be riot and protest, and then
they already arrested thousands of protesters already.
Yeah, and
a
then,
weekend in this 4,000.
And then people might just go to him. He got pissed, and he's like, "All right, if I'm going down, I'm taking the war down." Right? He's just gonna push the button.
Yeah.
So it's a crazy war.
Because nobody likes the war. It's crazy. It's out of control.
Yeah. And this one is so real, right? Basically, it's not far away. It's like it's Ukraine, and these people are showing us what's happening on social media. It's like, and this time it's Russia that's like attacking, and they have nuclear power, so it's super scary, right? So,
but Ukraine, they have good universities as well.
I think in Kiev, there's one really good university. Yeah.
Not even Chinese students there. You got trapped right now as we speak.
I think they have to. They can go to Poland, right? They're saying that nowadays it's so difficult to cross the border.
Yeah, because like
everyone is trying to.
When you're on the road, like you're probably gonna get shot.
Yeah. Now I still remember I went to watch this soccer game, like the Montreal team, CF Montreal. With my colleague, we drink beer, and then the next morning when I woke up, I'm like, what? There's a war. Yeah, it's crazy.
But you are lucky you did not go there to study.
Ukraine? No.
Yep.
No, I guess there's like some Chinese students there, right? Because I've seen
Almost 1,000.
Oh, really?
Almost 1,000.
In Kiev?
Yep. All cities like it's at 2,000 or something. Because it's a big country, and also it's not bad country. They have some technologies. They have, especially great agriculture.
Right. And I didn't know that. Now I know they're actually the second largest country on the European continent. I didn't know that. Yeah.
They had the third nuclear weapon, third largest nuclear weapons in the world. They gave up.
Right. I think it's like in the 90s, right? They gave up to
Even everybody promised them. Even Russia promised we're not gonna attack you. You give up the West thing. We make sure you are safe.
Yeah.
Promise not good.
No. Now we know, right? So
that's a bad thing. A lot of other countries are saying, you see, if we don't have nuclear, and we're gonna be attacked.
That's gonna happen. Yeah. So we're not gonna give up. I mean, yeah.
It's a bad example now.
No, yeah. Yeah, because like usually these things seem so far away, right? Like nuclear stuff. But now, when one of the nuclear powers is actually involved in a war, then you start getting worried about this kind of stuff.
Luckily, North America is a little bit far.
Yeah. If I'm still in Europe, maybe I should start worrying. Even just having heat, right, in the winter would be pretty tough.
That's weird, huh? Why don't they kind of, that's weird, because you had bad relationship with Russia, and all these years.
Yeah, you had the time to diversify.
Yeah, right? You rely on them.
You
right now,
see it coming, like it's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah. It's right now you have the technology, you have solar, you have nuclear. A lot of people think nuclear power is really great. Even Germany, they shut down a lot of nuclear plants. And then they got them in big trouble right now.
Yep.
And the solar is really, I guess solar will be a big thing because it's always there.
Yeah. I think people just grew complacent. They see, oh yeah, they might, attack the world sometimes. But right now we're so comfortable, you know, like we have this relationship, getting gas and oil.
We pay you, you give us stuff.
Reasonable price, you know, like Then people, that's next generation's problem, especially leaders, right? It takes a lot of.
And you don't drive. If you drive, you will see crazy the gas price. $2 now as we speak.
Really
$2.
Has been, oh my god!
It's $2.
Yeah.
And
so I think gas price directly reflects all of the inflation and price level. So
and also like if you have a Tesla, you're gonna be really feel happy right now. Like
because of the
gas price thing.
Yeah. No, but like in terms of, I guess that means it's good to invest in clean energy related assets right now. So
all energy go up.
I think in my portfolio, like everything is down except for the energy ones. And
but how do you? But when you invest on the stock market, you go through like a regular.
I use a brokerage app.
Okay. But you need to pay tax if you gain something, right?
I think so. Yeah. Well,
it's called capital gain.
Yeah. That I haven't gained anything yet, so. No, because like usually if I gain, I just leave it in there. But sometimes if I'm losing, I see it like a dead end, like the Chinese index.
Yeah.
You know, like I just sell it. And assume the cost and reallocate my asset.
Really?
Yeah.
But then if you sell with like when you're losing money, you lose a lot of money if you sell.
Not a lot, but some.
But you feel the pain.
I feel the pain, like because if you don't sell, you think I'll just leave it in there; it will go back up in the future.
Okay.
Right? But at the time, I mean, at the moment, I would rather just sell it and put it to, let's say, energy stocks, and at least but yeah, I usually don't do individual stocks. I buy ETFs, like so index funds. For example, I don't specifically buy ExxonMobil, but I buy like an energy ETF or something like that. So within that, it's already diversified, you know. So yeah, right now it's not good, so I'm just gonna leave it there, and then.
Really?
Yeah.
But do you know something about crypto thing? Crypto is down as well, right?
You know that's that's always the questions that my students ask me. Oh, do you know crypto? Do you know NFT?
Yeah.
And things
NFT
like
is crazy, but crypto is challenging the whole Federal Reserve thing.
Yeah. So the whole idea of crypto is that so if you talk to someone who works in crypto, they're gonna tell you that central banks are scams. Right? They just print money, and then the whole argument, for example, for Bitcoin, is that you have limited supply. Right? So there's only so many Bitcoins that you can mine. So it's kind of like gold.
Yeah.
But like fiat currency, for example, the dollars, the pounds, they don't have limited supply, so they can literally just print money. So the argument is that the value of this cryptocurrency will be determined by the supply. But at the moment, these for example, Bitcoin, the ability of processing transaction is still not really there yet. So
I don't think it's reality now. They cannot process because it's cheap. But the Bitcoin, they said it's gold. You don't trade with gold. That's okay, I guess.
You can have an asset.
Yeah, that's an asset. Yeah. That's an asset. It's a gold.
At the moment, it's a speculative asset.
Yeah.
Because another argument is that it sort of reduce the friction between, for example, remittance. For example, if you send money to, let's say, to England from here, if you use Western Union, you're gonna pay a fee. You're gonna pay the foreign exchange premium and all that. The argument is that crypto allows you skips all of that, but the volatility doesn't help.
Yeah, that's
like if I'm sending my money today, I think it's worth like this much Bitcoin. But then it could be like in 3 hours. It doesn't But
then another theory is like it's the decentralized.
Yeah.
Decentralized is like a big sell for a lot because they don't trust the central bank anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because they can sanction you right now. If you remember, if Russia has everything like crypto, maybe nobody can sanction them.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Like individual as well. I guess that's kind of individual freedom. They don't want to get like sanctioned by central bank or whatever.
Exactly. Well, there are pros and cons, right? But at the same time, sometimes you need the central bank to be able to control, for example, monetary policy, like quantitative easing, raising interest rate, because sometimes you need that to stimulate the economy, right, at bad times, or to control inflation. But with crypto, unless it's cryptocurrency created by a reputable central bank, then it's...
That's not crypto anymore. Crypto means decentralized. Nobody... Well, that's like anarchy.
The thing is, I mean, like, I still think crypto is a tough sell, but I believe in the blockchain technology. I think it's a good technology. It helps a lot. You can use it for other stuff, but in terms of currency, I think it's gonna be...
Could be a scam, right?
I mean, especially NFT, if you think about that. No, but that's another thing. But NFT is basically a Ponzi scheme. Especially, I mean, you can invite your friends to join, then your friends is gonna get this much percent of increase per day, but you get this much. Yeah,
they can beat, and then they go up.
Scheme. So, but people don't get that. People see the free stuff, you know, like So,
make a lot of money.
Exactly. So, but essentially, it's a Ponzi scheme. If something has no value beyond speculation, then So, and it literally encourages you to invite more people underneath you, basically. So, I don't know, but it's a cool concept, right? I mean, that's why a lot of young people are interested in crypto, NFT, and things like that.
The crypto only thing could be if really widely adopted, that could really challenge the US dollars. Because imagine if let's say if Bitcoin is like a digital gold, then people probably the country they can have the reserve in Bitcoin. Then who cares about US dollars? That could be that's why I guess recently the US government they kind of regulate more on the crypto right now.
Especially the exchanges. Right?
They're gonna regulate it more and more, because otherwise, if you grow too big, a lot of money going to this market. And less on the stock market.
I mean, nowadays even some of the institutional investors are going in.
Right? A lot of big buyers.
So and I would say it's interesting because like for some countries with super high inflation, like Argentina, like you can actually see Bitcoin ATMs. Even in Spain, there's like Bitcoin ATM, like literally you can just.
But the problem is, if you don't inflate, but the deflate is the problem as well. Because you worth like $1 today, next day gonna be $2. How do you trade? How do you the value is crazy. So the best scenario is stable. Don't fluctuate that much.
Exactly.
That's currency. If you increase your value like tenfold, that's not a currency. That's kind of, I don't know what is that, but it's not currency.
It's a speculative asset, basically.
It's not currency.
No, but
currency. I sell you this plate, $10 Canadian dollars.
Stable.
Tomorrow, this is not $10. It's $100.
In Argentina, that's the case, right? So, that's why I mean, like these central banks, they sometimes set a target inflation rate. It cannot be 0. It cannot be too low. It cannot be too high. So, like usually it's 2% in developed economies. But right now it's like 6-something%. So we're way off target, and things are only going to get more and more expensive. That's already the case before the war.
Do you think we'll have the crisis now, economic crisis? Because it looks like that way. Because it's like the cost of everything going up crazy. Like the food cost and the gas cost, and the truck drivers, they use more gasoline or the diesel. And then their price go up, their costs go up, everything go up.
So the supply chain shock is...
and then like you pay, like average person, family, you pay more on the gas, and you pay more on the food.
And the wages not going up.
If wages go up, some more business is going to close more. More business is going to close. Even our restaurant probably going to close. It's like... is the cost of food going up, and then you want to raise the price, but less people, less customer gonna willing pay that price, pay that money, and you get less customers, less revenue, the cost going up. So squeeze us, and then
it's a really awkward situation right now.
Do you think that would be a reality? Like people buying properties right now like crazy.
Yeah. Because like you know what's awkward right now? What's awkward is usually when there's a high inflation, the central bank starts tightening stuff, right? They raise interest rate, making borrowing more difficult and all that. But right now we're also just coming out of COVID, and there's a war going on, disrupting the supply chain. So the economy is really weak.
Yeah.
When you tighten, so usually when you tighten, the economy is okay. But right now we have weak economy, but at the same time high inflation.
Yeah.
So there's like really not much you can do, because if you tighten too quickly, you crush the weak economy, like as you said.
Do they need to send us more money? Like seriously?
Checks, yeah.
Not to. I hope they send to small businesses directly to me.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not sure about that, but because at the moment the biggest dilemma is that you can't use the normal means that you use to handle high inflation that easily because of the weak economy.
It's called 滞胀, right?
Stagflation. Yeah. We're a bit.
But that's the crisis, though. That lot of.
Yeah.
But I'm not understanding right now. Seriously, it's a lot of my people, a lot of my friends, like in my we have IT group, whatever, which a lot of them they're buying property like crazy.
Yeah, if you look at the housing prices.
They borrow a lot of money. Some maybe they have cash, some of them. Yeah. But even you pay huge percentage of the whole cost of the house, like with cash, but still need to pay mortgage, and also still need to pay the property tax. And the school tax. And the cost of the electricity of the house. So that's not a small.
That's not small, and the mortgage rate is only going up, right, because of the tightening. So.
But if they lose job or lose the revenue income,
then you have default.
That's gonna be like the prime.
Then it's the subprime mortgage.
Yeah, subprime mortgage
then
thing.
It triggers a bunch of defaults. First at the like the subprime group. But because those starts defaulting, the overall value will start plummeting, and a lot of these mortgages of like the good, like the better rated borrowers will start having trouble as well. And that's exactly what happened in the subprime mortgage.
That's scary. That's why a lot of people saying the crisis, like pre-crisis, when you see things not stable, they said you need to keep some cash, right? That's the principle, right?
But right now, because of inflation, if you keep cash, it's
but to be safe, at least if you keep
to be safe, but then your cash in hand is basically losing value.
But you cannot borrow more right now. People borrowing more to buy properties. And then if you lose job, for example, if you lose business or job, like if you don't have steady kind of backup cash, how do you? And if not only you and all the people around you, when they start panic selling or the
then it will trigger
foreclosure,
like a domino. So that's the problem.
Yeah, that's kind of I kind of right now I kind of feel uneasy because my only income is coming from the restaurant. I need to make sure the restaurant, like the revenue is okay, the cost is certain level,
stable cash. Basically.
But if one day the war itself, and then if the gas price is $3 a liter right now, it's $2, and then a lot of businesses are closed. Maybe we will close, or we make very little money to support our mortgage.
Exactly.
It would be crazy.
It's so I think the best case scenario is there's like a de-escalation of the war, and put in because like they're still having talks all the time. So I think the best case scenario is they figure something out, but it's so difficult because like the US and the UK just announced they're gonna sanction this Russian, and Putin would be like, screw you guys, and retaliate. So it's just.
But the problem, why nobody's talking about economic crisis right now? It looks like it is happening.
It's
nobody's talking about, and people still I know the house market is demand and supply, right? You push the price by more demand and less supply. But the problem is like you don't feel like people talking about crisis.
No.
If the news, everything, people, officials, they talk about like potential crisis is maybe 50% chance, I would say.
Yeah.
Like if you see the crisis, people are gonna look
Become
back.
more aware.
Yeah, they're gonna. What is the cash flow in the family, right? Because
they don't. You know what? They don't want to. Because as I said, the economy is only coming out of COVID. It's still relatively fragile. So if you say, because technically you want people to consume, you want to bring back consumption and things like that for the economy. But if you say there's gonna be a crisis and all that, people are gonna,
But are we do you look at the job numbers? The job numbers are okay with? But I see United States, they have the pretty good, right? 3.8%. That's pretty good.
Yeah, last week.
But Canada is much worse, right?
Canada, I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it, but from the job report last week from the US.
So looks they're fine.
Yeah, it looks like they're fine. Yeah. But in terms of Canada, I don't know. Yeah.
We were not that good before the pandemic.
Yeah. But
I'm just kind of always recent, if you see everything not stable, everything is moving but still people buying a lot of houses like crazy. Even today, at the beginning of the pandemic, a lot of my friends, people saying in the crisis, cash is the most important. Right. Cash is the king, right?
Yeah.
But people doing the opposite, even 2 years into the pandemic.
I think it's because if people focus a lot on inflation, then they will think that real estate is a hedge for inflation.
Yeah.
But
when you need that cash, it's not cash anymore.
The biggest problem with real estate investment is illiquidity.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just
get the cash.
At least with stock. Even if I'm losing some money, I can sell it. I can at least get the cash. A house is not something that you can just liquidate.
Takes time. Takes a lot of time, and also when the market is not good, and it takes forever.
To sell, at a discount and everything. Yeah.
And when people start panicking, sell, and then it's even worse.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't see that's Montreal have great economy. I'm as a business, I'm struggling. I work a lot of hours a week, just keep it, alive, the business alive. But other small business, sometimes a lot of small business owners, the business was the only income of the family.
So when Omicron hit, in December and January, it must have been pretty difficult, huh? So you have to just focus on the delivery business and all.
It's always delivery.
Okay.
Recently, probably people more people
I guess with next week it will be more, and then April it will be more again.
I guess it depends on the group of people. It depends on what information they receive. Some people receive a lot of in China. We know some people really zero policy.
I have Chinese friends here. They will see me going to bars on my WeChat moments. They're basically we're not gonna hang out with you. You're
crazy.
You take this super seriously. I'm not gonna leave my house, and then at the beginning of the pandemic, I understand. I did the same thing. But at this point, I'm
a lot of people, because when they read WeChat articles, all these articles, they tell you one case, one case, you get it, all issues with your body, you get a lifelong,
in your lung,
cancer, we're gonna problem, or you cannot have kids.
That part is scary.
And it's all kind of this give you the impression of even if you have talked to a lot of people in China, and they're still crazy right now. They still treat a kind of really serious illness.
Like my parents, they're like, "Why are you not wearing masks on the street?
Don't go there. Don't go there."
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, no, but at some point, right? You have to realize that there's really not much you can do anymore. You can take as many vaccines as you can, and that's it.
That's why I sometimes ask, you have a lot of friends in China, you kind of, right now the views even on a lot of topics, totally opposite. A lot of time it's crazy.
And the war.
The war.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't talk about that, but we know it's because it's the media coverage and everything.
It is interesting. So as you being outside for 10, 15 years, right? 10, 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
But like when you get used to this kind of environment, like
go home,
yeah, when
watch
you
the news there,
yeah, when you go back to Guangdong province, live with your parents, and then you probably feel like probably it's something so different. Here it's more relaxing, I guess. There is more like but if you keep making money
and here like this, you know, in China, not so welcome. So
so that's why I'm saying like your plan, you still want to go there, you know, but it depends. Some people, they really feel like a lot of chances to make a lot of money in China. The market is huge,
and the universities are paying a lot of money to attract these foreign guys back, right? So no, but it's about, you know, like what you value in life, I guess. That would be one of the most important standard. So yeah, I value the flexibility, and I'm enjoying it so far.
Even a lot of your maybe some friends, they after several years of study, they still want to go back to contribute. Some people patriotic, or they contribute. They all kinds of
and some people just feel more comfortable back home. So can't blame.
And also, if you have good connections, that's a big. That's a big.
Especially if your family also has good connections, you cannot waste that, right? You have to go back and utilize
exactly.
those.
It's amazing.
No, but I don't. So I'm on my own. But I like it here so far. It's all good. Summer is coming, so I'm getting excited. You know?
But I guess right now, like within like several months, your French will be great. You don't have family. You don't have a lot of things to take care.
I just focus on learning French, doing research, and teaching. And after April, I don't teach, so I can focus on the other two, and then that's it.
And what do you like one-to-one tutor? Besides that, like where did you learn French?
Well, I sometimes talk to my friends in French.
That's already good.
Yeah, and it's tough. The listening part, it's really tough because, you know, so when I watch soccer, sometimes I try to use French commentary.
They said the commentary is the Spanish is the best.
So,
Spanish is always the best.
They're so excited, you know. It's if you watch La Liga, like the commentary is just like awesome. Not like the Chinese CCTV commentary. Like the whole time the tone is flat. Oh, they score. Nice.
But like do you read a lot of books to learn French? Like how do you increase the vocabulary?
I'm supposed to, but I haven't had the chance to. I use some apps, you know, like Duolingo. I practice Duolingo every day just to keep up with the vocabulary. I think that's really important. Like, cause like it's just without the vocabulary, even if you know all the grammars, it just doesn't work, right? So yeah. Well, before last semester, I didn't have to teach.
Okay.
Right, so I have French classes every day, every morning at the YMCA.
Oh, that would be really quick.
So 2 months of everyday French. But then,
really focused, dedicated.
Yeah, because otherwise I lose my job. Right?
That's a motivation. That's really good motivation.
Because with Spanish, I mean, I lived there, but I don't need it for my job, you know. So I speak it, but not, you know, like super well. But now I actually have like strong motivation to master.
I have a motivation as well, because in Montreal you have a restaurant. It's better to speak French.
Yeah,
one lady called me like in English, like, if you don't speak French, you cannot make money here. Seriously, that's true though.
You're in this area where like most of the most are English speakers.
Right?
Yeah, the Concordia students, and so I bet you have a lot of Concordia students as customers.
I need to, but anyway, some customers, they even speak good English, but they just want to, we are in Quebec, it's
and I bet is there some kind of association for restaurant owners and things like that? I bet they speak in French as well, right? Like a restaurant.
I don't join them. I don't join the association. Sometimes association feel like a gun.
Oh well, but I bet if there is one, then they're probably speaking French, right? So it's a useful, especially now that you're focusing on the restaurant business.
I need to I try to learn the Radio Canada. Try to listen to the Radio Canada too. But it's very hard. Every day is too busy with the kid as well. With the kid, like after
your kid speaks both French and English and Chinese.
And Chinese.
So trilingual.
Very natural for the kid.
Yeah, for kids.
Very easy.
Might as well pick up Spanish as well, Qualingo. And Wow, yeah. No, for grown-ups, it's more difficult.
Yeah, and also right after this, I need to go back West Island to take my kid to figure skating. You know, it's as a kid
She's taking figure skating classes
for several years, for 2 or 3 years already.
Wow.
Chinese parents always like that. I guess
you know, too,
piano.
So piano as well.
Yeah, piano. Yeah. We have
violin sometimes. Yeah.
Violin, no, but
you pick one.
We even bought a piano in our house.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so she can practice more time.
Okay, so piano, figure skating.
And what is that? Swimming. Swimming
is the sports part.
Yeah, swimming and horseback riding as well.
Horseback riding as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like, but it's far. It's in the south part of Quebec. It's a farm, so at least almost 1.5 hour to get there one trip.
So
and it's a farm.
So how often do you take?
Every week, once a week.
Horse riding. Okay.
Yeah. But it's kids like that because it's a horse. It's an animal. It's like so nice. It's petting and then like talking to the horse and it's so it's animal. So
it's a really cool childhood.
Yeah, but it's parents. You always try the best.
Yeah.
But end up, I don't have time to learn French.
But when you take her to these classes, right? Horse riding, figure skating. A lot of times the teachers they
skiing as well. Yes, skiing as well.
They speak French as well, right?
But for me, like the communication is not big because a lot of them speak English as well.
Okay.
They speak with the kids, whatever the language they speak.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
But I'm surprisingly like the horseback riding is not expensive at all.
Oh really?
Not at all.
I would have expected that's like more like really high end.
Yeah, for me the same. But it's a farm, so all young kids, the family, they help out, and then
it's more of like a family hangout. Type of
it's a coach. They have several horses already.
Okay.
They have their horse association. There's a term. It's what is that term like for horse related? They have an association in Quebec, so have a ranking as well. So interesting. It's but it's not expensive. But the fixed skating is expensive.
Really?
Because you have to pay. You pay for the rink. You pay for to the coaches.
Oh.
It's kind of. You have different coaches. They split the hour. You 2 hours, or they split like the off ice, on ice. They split like 30 minutes here. They charge you how much? And every month I receive several emails. Email the invoices from different coaches. To add up, it's quite some money.
How often does your kid practice?
Three times a week. Yeah, after school. Like school finish at 3.
Okay.
About 3, so we start at 4 o'clock.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. And the weekend has skiing as well.
Okay.
So running a restaurant is not good for this.
Yeah, the dual incomes back then were better.
Yeah, will be better. Yeah, it's a lot of time consuming.
But now you just have to focus.
If this fail, it's a big problem. I don't have any stock.
Right.
I don't have those money to invest. That's why I'm saying I never invest anything. So the financial thing is I'm really bad at that. I never invest anything. Like I guess when I was working, we had an ISP. The company matches a little bit.
Okay.
So ISP always buy the conservative. What is the? So whatever. I even don't know what's in there. So
probably just a bunch of index funds.
Yeah, probably. Mutual fund. Those they call mutual fund.
Yeah.
So I don't know nothing about this. It's simple.
Yeah.
But I cannot make money. But some people like the knowledge like you, and probably they can on the side they can make a lot of money.
Yeah. Especially the professors once they're tenure.
Yeah.
They can, as you said, they can do a lot of consulting for other companies like so.
And they can know.
Options.
Yeah, they can know at least know the trend. Like cannot make big mistake. Like the Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Her husband makes lot of millions of dollars on stock market.
Yeah.
So let's make a policy. Okay.
Well, that's they can't make it too obvious because otherwise it would be insider trading, right? But still.
No, the insider trading does not apply to the Congress.
Yeah.
They apply to the people working in the financial sector.
In the financial, also within the company that is the stocks. Yeah.
But not for But they're trying right now. They're trying to pass a law to
restrict
to like forbid it.
To
forbid them doing that
because it's too obvious, basically.
They got like his whole life is on the public servant, being a public servant, has almost $100 million worth right now.
Public servant. It's
and you are so smart trader, so smart genius trader.
The timing.
It's always.
Because sometimes people understand the fundamentals and everything, but then I'm really bad at timing. I understand the fundamentals, but the timing, I'm always...
If it's a financial professor, I think you make that money probably right. But if you're a politician, probably you're a genius.
There's something else going on that we don't know. So I don't know, but yeah, it's a tough. The 2020s have not been nice to us. At the beginning, there's a pandemic. Now we have a war.
2022.
Inflation. So
the inflation is crazy. I really worry about this kind of crisis because this kind of affect. If everybody panicking, nobody gonna eat. Nobody gonna go to the restaurant.
Because I mean, and your costs are going up as well. And you have to be really cautious about transferring that cost to your customer, because if you just direct transfer, just increase price, whatever, then people are not gonna come. And then
I guess over the pandemic, some items we increased $1 on the item. Some, not all of them. Just I guess we maybe 10 or 15 items we increased $1.
Okay.
Other we really did not want to upset the customers.
Because the customers are already upset. Because of the
they suspect the portion already getting smaller. They already say, probably this portion is getting smaller, but actually it's the same, And then, either you decrease the portion or you increase the price. Either way, you're gonna upset somebody. You're gonna say,
But I mean, like, they have to understand, right? I mean, this is happening with all the restaurants. If you go to other restaurants, you can upset.
This really tests if you are confident. If you have really great customer base, it's fine. Like you really a good bargain. Like the all you can eat sushi. They increased $4, I believe, $4 or $3.
The one down the street.
But still a lot of people going because it's still a good bargain. It's still a good place.
Oh, you can eat.
Exactly. And the Korean barbecue, they all line up. Even the
choco.
They got like
and they don't take reservation. You have to go line up, and every time you see a huge line.
And they increase the price as well. Increase a lot because even though you don't blame them because like they eat a lot of ingredients. They eat a lot of
it's all you can eat. You don't notice. But here, for one dish, if they increase the price, it's really noticeable. So
and also for the restaurant owners, it's big tough job as well because like they eat a lot of food and then the food price increase certain amount, they feel that a lot because they they use a lot of ingredients.
The buffet. I usually go there and eat a lot.
Exactly.
It's a tricky business because sometimes you attract guys like me who would just go in there, starving myself, and then I eat for like hours straight.
All you can eat is like when I go to the all you can eat sushi. I always eat the expensive items.
Like the sashimi.
Sashimi.
Only sashimi, basically.
I think the owner say, not for you next time. You are not welcome here.
No, it's a tricky business to navigate.
Especially like the ingredients price go up crazy.
Things like sashimi,
it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my
so
God.
The restaurant owners, they're not easy as well.
No.
So they increase, but there's a high demand for those kind of business.
Especially in this area, right? So there's like basically 3 of them: 2 Korean barbecues, the sushi place, and then there's like a hot pot place over there, and then it's super tricky. I think.
But last time, I guess the first message you sent me after you visit the restaurant, you said that you introduced a financial. You said you want to interview me on something.
Well, basically, it's something like this, right? It's like how you navigate this kind of situation. Because like I remember, because I'm teaching basic corporate finance, right?
Corporate finance, okay.
And I'm teaching it not just to the finance majors, but all majors.
Okay.
They're all in business.
So
I need to like make them understand that basically at the end of the day, finance is in every part of the decision. Even if you have a cool idea, you want to start your business, if you don't know anything about finance, then it's a problem, right? So I use the example of like me, I'm just really good at cooking. I want to start my own business. So like how do I start from scratch? I might just start from like a food truck, but how am I going to get the money and all that? So do you think that would be like appropriate to like use as an example, like hey, I want to start my own business, but the first thing I need to think, like is how I'm gonna finance it, right? Because like that usually should come to mind, like, as a really important item, right? You need to rent. You need to rent the.
Actually, this one is the bad decision for me. I had no experience or no idea about business at all. All the time. Even today, I figure 8 years. Every year, I was late on the tax filing with my content company. My content always pushing me because the revenue compared was really tough. At the first years, I was fined a lot of. Every day you're late, they fine you. Every day you're late, they fine you.
I mean, you should be probably doing that nowadays, right? It's
already. Yeah. So. But I'm getting better and better. Every year I improve few days. Every year I improve. So I was almost late every year on the corporate tax.
Okay.
Yeah, but my content now I understand bookkeeping everything.
Yeah.
So the cost here there. So I'm getting better and better. So now I'm a little bit confident about the numbers. But 8 years ago when I started, I was zero, no knowledge.
Just wanted to start a restaurant.
Kind of stupid decision, and also the small restaurant we took over, we paid like 60,000.
Okay.
I made the little basic.
So you basically did an acquisition.
Because they have kitchen, they have dining tables.
Yeah.
If you start over, kind of you can never. That's like a $300,000 or $400,000.
Okay. So
easily.
This is common. So this is common practice. Basically, if you want to open a restaurant, a lot of times people look for some existing.
It depends on your vision. Some people, they have really high confidence about their vision, so they know already. So I really admire those people. They start from scratch the building, and then they build their ideas, everything.
Yeah, they probably have a more concrete and specific idea that they want. Like, I want my restaurant to be like this, that.
And then they know they're gonna have customers. They know they're not losing big.
Okay.
But I'm always the guy playing safe. Okay. So, but still, I made huge mistake by entering this business because, at the beginning, I thought was like 60,000. I pay that guy. I get almost everything. Next few days, I can start running.
Okay.
So I have the revenue from sales.
Okay.
And then all this money I borrowed.
That was here?
That was Citizenship next to your school.
Oh,
yeah, Citizenship is small one, very small one. Okay. That was 2014, but then 2017 was destroyed by a fire.
Really?
Yeah. So.
But insurance covered that.
Very minimum. That's another lesson, hard lesson. When I bought this, I used $60,000 to buy this small business, the restaurant. So they have the commercial insurance, the same company broker, same conditions, same terms I copied. So he chose the minimum. I did not understand anything.
Okay.
So he chose the minimum to save money. So we pay about $2,000 for the insurance company.
Okay.
So $2,000. I was pretty happy. I was great. But then we changed the name menu completely. We just need his chairs, tables, and a kitchen. So we kind of start with on that name.
Yeah.
Menu new totally from his doing Thai or some Cantonese Thai.
Okay.
So
it was also a Chinese guy.
Chinese guy, Chinese from Guangdong province as well.
Okay.
But I overpaid. Actually, probably 30,000 would be maximum.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of my friends told it's because they did bad business already. So it's like a waiting game. So if you wait a little bit longer, probably he's gonna got rid of it.
He had to.
Liquidate. Liquidate. So I overpaid that. But then I kind of totally knew everything new. The new menu, new name, new everything. So we got 0 customers from beginning. So I did not expect the first month I'm gonna lose probably $10,000 a month.
Because you have to pay for all the overhead expenses.
The what is that? The staff.
The staff.
The kind of huge. It's really scary.
And
really
the
scary.
Wasn't really coming in.
I had the home line credit we had a house that time that was at Semi.
Okay.
So we had the home line credit. I borrowed 75,000. I thought that's enough.
Okay.
So 75,000. So pay 60,000 for the transfer. You
have the first month's
fix 15,000. Yeah. 15,000 to back up to buy things.
Right.
So to run to to make sure to wait till it's break even.
Yeah.
But then like the first month got like almost 10,000 like
gone just
a month, and then two months later I have to borrow another from the bank, borrow another 15,000 to make up like to make sure it's gonna run okay.
Wow.
And then.
And how long did it take to basically get like a stable customer flow? Because it's right next to a university. It should be.
That's the location is good. Always looking, but problem you have to have good product. You have to you have to win customers because
reputation.
And because like there's too many restaurants over there.
Yeah. So is it on the Coordinate Street, like with for example, there's like some Vietnamese food.
Yeah, Vietnam.
Irish pub.
Yeah, exactly.
Burger place.
Yeah. And when like the pho place, like Vietnamese pho, when they have line, we had 0 customers at the same time. When we had 0 customer, no customer, I went outside to take
these people would rather wait in line.
Exactly. Because when you have big competition. As a business, you disappear, nobody even notice.
Yeah.
If 5 business they close, nobody even notice because you are not existing. Nobody even cares because it's the competition.
Yeah.
So it's everywhere, even downtown or cutting edge. So the problem is like you have to slowly build. We were lucky for the first year we turned around in the first year.
Okay.
So the first year. Like we feel like okay, average like Monday to Sunday, a week, another week, and we do the average sales every day. We feel like okay, this probably gonna break even. So after several months, we feel like okay, this weekly daily sales, probably we are okay. We break even.
Okay.
And I had my job. It's fine. It's
so
fine. Yeah. So the second year, I guess like at the beginning, several months was almost dying. And then we were lucky, the Gazette newspaper, after 6 months, they wrote a piece. I said, I did not tell them my name. I told them to not put my name on the newspaper.
Yeah, but so they wrote about the restaurant.
Yeah, wrote about it's the weekend edition on the paper. Like, I still have it on the wall. And it's like from that, and we got recognition, we kind of break even.
Okay.
We see, from this amount to this amount, we feel comfortable. Okay. And then the next year and like February, beginning of February open, next year March, and we were interviewed by CTV. So CTV, like the audience like voted us like best Chinese restaurant in Montreal. And then they came to shoot the video for like 1 hour, but they aired for 2 minutes, and it's amazing. And after that, we kind of
you gain the reputation basically.
Right after they aired, I guess 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, Friday evening, Saturday, the same night, we got so many calls and we get so many orders, and the cuts, they have a long line.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And then we messed up, and we
Why?
Remember, I still working that time. So when so many customers, we were not prepared, and kitchen has 2 or 3 people there that time, and they cannot keep up the work. And I asked for 2-week vacation from my company. They thought I was traveling, but I was working in the kitchen the full whole 2 weeks.
Okay.
But the problem is, even though we hire new people and they don't know how to do this, we need to
and then train them. Yeah.
And the whole week totally bad. The customer really mad, and they sit the 1 hour without any food. We just did not see that much money. So we were super, we kind of greedy, like super greedy. Like before we had no customer, like only we have 20 customer a day. Now like within 1 hour we get 50 customers. Like we just everybody in, when you're in, we sit everybody. We have only 40 seats, 42 seats.
You just kept accepting orders.
Yeah, exactly. We did not have takeout. We did not have nothing, but all eating inside. So the profit margin was great. And then that time the cost of food was low, and then the restaurant was really small. The rent was low, and it was amazing that year. But
that was still in Coordinate.
Okay. So that 2 or 3 years, that 2 or 3 weeks after the CTV thing, and amazing so many people, but we
couldn't keep up with
and a lot of them really mad. We got bad reviews here or there. They really bad. The quality is not there because we could not do that job.
Because you just
and I was so greedy. and we were so happy at that time. But then we lost a lot of customers. But even after losing so many customers, really mad, we still have much higher average level. Comparing to before. So from that day, a year after that, that's why super lucky. So we made money. So we made some money. So it's like for a year. So the best time is only for 1 year. So that 2015, 16, and 17. So we got saved some money, maybe like 100,000 or whatever. Like we spent, because the restaurant was really bad. So the front of there's a porch there, and was bad, and then the wall was not good. So we closed 1 week, and we do the renovation in April, end of April of 2017. We spent some money, 50, renovated. Improve. We thought the experience, everything, and the kitchen we paint here, do the ceramic walls here, there.
Oh wow, you even did ceramic.
I want to improve. That's and then because the business was okay, everything was fine, and then that year we opened another restaurant. We thought we were doing great in the En Route, the East End. It was the same name. We thought great. And that one was bad decision. So we're losing money from the first day there. Because a lot of people, the population is generally senior, so, they don't like our a la carte. They want the combos. And our food is too crazy for them. But the culinary one, we spent money renovation. But then the October 1st of the same 2017, the whole building was destroyed by fire. So we lost a profitable restaurant.
And you stuck with
the losing money one.
Oh wow!
It's crazy, and the insurance got nothing. We got almost. They gave us about 20,000 or 30,000. I'm not sure. Probably 30,000 for everything.
Wow!
Because they said your minimum, like the same copy, like the policy every year. The broker is from Chinatown. He just called me every year. I said, oh, time to renew. I send him check.
They did the same thing, and then
nobody told me like your sales. You have a good business. You need to increase. The change the premium, and then change the cost.
But you didn't see that coming. So
I had no experience with business. Who knew that would happen? Or like, what is the importance? We thought the insurance company is for liability. To if you cause some harm to other people, the liability thing. And then that's crazy. The adjuster, like, is that called adjuster or appraiser? Appraiser came to inspect. And his value damage. He said, I don't need to say it. You don't need to prove me anything. You have the minimum covered.
So it's not like I have to.
You don't have to argue with them. Okay, this was this much or that was.
Because you're getting the minimum.
Your coverage is minimum. They gave me a check right away.
Because they're sure that the value of your loss is definitely higher.
Normally they will say how many fridges you have, how many this or
now
that.
It's just like, all right, this guy's the minimum guy.
It's crazy.
Oh wow, that's super unfortunate.
That's the sometimes the experience. I was the bad decision to be a business you don't know. Even the first ever own business, because I was always receive a check every week, the full-time employee.
Because as an employee, it's a different kind of financial awareness, right? Because the checks just come to you, and that's it. They take care of your health insurance.
I was so worried. I was so worried at the first several months, because I was the only basic calculation I was saying, like, if I lose this 75,000. The home line credit loan, it's fine, and then over time we pay back with my overtime. Like I have job, like work even harder.
So it's really good that you were still working that job full time. So it's So then you guys decided to find a place here.
After 3 months, we were searching. Almost in the process, almost found signed a deal with the Brossard. That would be crazy, but downtown would be better than a suburb.
Especially with all these Chinese students and not just Chinese, international students in general, right?
And the En Route one we opened June 2017, and we all the time were losing money, and then during the pandemic we had to close. Even we were losing money every day, but before the pandemic we decided to close forever, to give it away for free. And then during the pandemic it's nobody gonna take it over.
Yeah.
It's a bad business for restaurant.
Yeah.
So we end up finding another buyer, 2 of them. We give them extra money
Really?
for them to get rid of, for them to take over the lease, because you sign a lease. That's the problem. That's sometimes doing a business. This lease is very, very critical, because that's your liability. It's a personal guarantee. They don't take the they don't take the guarantee from the company, because they know company easily go bankrupt.
And then there's like, because it's limited liability.
Yeah, exactly. So always personal guarantee. So
and you're stuck with it.
Yeah, stuck with it. So
see, that's the things that people don't think about before really going.
Business is bad. Is difficult.
Yeah.
So even this one, like we were doing fine. That's why I'm always saying, like, I'm honest. I don't say like we're doing really great. We kind of, it's like, for me, it's like life experience, like to see like how it's going with people.
But at least you're keeping up with the reputation, though.
Yeah.
So that's with the Korean guys, you know.
Yeah, you don't expect we are good and we are okay, so you don't get mad.
So that's a good position.
Yeah, exactly. Because like with the price, we are not high end. We are not middle end, we are low end. You know, the price, we are low end. The only issue is we don't have combos. You know, we don't have combos. They feel like you are.
Many people love the combos.
Yeah, exactly. When we don't have combos, they feel like it's not worth it. It's kind of too pricey. You know, some people think but you can have choice, not have the imperial rolls, or you can choose,
or like the bowl of soup.
Yeah, the bowl of soup, $3. That's like a donation to me. For example, it's actually, I always think, any customer, they buy the house soup and the imperial rolls, like they are giving me donations because it's not worth that much. But if twice cooked pork, it's like $13-14. But like the cost is a lot. And we make a lot of effort doing it, so it's kind of, we are not making that money out of that sale.
But the spring rolls.
But spring rolls, thank you very much.
Exactly.
You know, we really like them, really appreciate. That give us the profit margin, the great. If we sell every day hundreds of them, we are super rich.
But spring rolls are good, though. People like spring rolls. That's the thing. You know?
But it's too small. It's called it's not even spring rolls. Spring rolls is like has the big one. We call imperial rolls.
Like
small.
The
we are the too smaller ones. It's not worth it. But that's the business model. Sometimes people give extra generous. You know, they know they're not getting a good bargain. But
it's like in fast food restaurants, right? Like the fountain drinks. That's where the margin is. You know, the burgers, they don't have that much margin, but the fountain drinks.
So for us, like if you compare another restaurant, Chinese restaurant, they give you genital chicken and a vegetable rolls or imperial or the spring rolls soup all free together and some vegetable on the side. Comparing to us, like it's really bad. We have only one bowl of rice, charge you extra, and then genital.
Exactly.
But you can choose not.
I guess like people in North America are just so used to combos. So
from day one, we never did combos. But in the East, we did. When we failed for several months, we saw people really like combos. So we did not. We did to come, and then it was too late. So they did not. So even after 2 years, we changed the name from Untitled to Lotus en route. Like Lotus to en route. We even want to change the name. The people still cannot fool people. You're the same people. You're the same restaurant. So
so that's why at the beginning, the initial reputation is really important.
But for culinary one and then this downtown one, we never had a combo. We never had a discount. So we always try to keep the quality, keep everything consistent over the time. So we are lucky to still have. That's why even the news report, we're super lucky. Without media coverage, like January 2021, will be much tougher for us.
That's the pandemic, and then will
be much tougher. Even today, we still, it's not very well, but if still we are okay because everything costs more. If you look at the sales, a lot of people you think probably make a lot of money, but the problem is it's crazy.
The materials, even the
labor,
utility, right? Labor is costing
utility.
Because in general, like you have to increase the labor cost. Because things are getting more expensive. employees.
Yeah, and also I have to work 7 days. Literally work 7 days. Like without taking care of the kids, I will come here, wash dishes, cut vegetables, everything. You know, it's crazy world. It is crazy world.
It's wow.
But the financial thing has to be very careful. That's why I've been dealing with this like a small business for 8 years. I know like every time do the tax filing, and then I know that time I know okay the number over 8 years now I'm little bit I think I'm comfortable with those numbers, how the equity, whatever the you know the personal shareholders owe money to the company, or company owe money to the shareholders. You know, it's
exactly.
It's,
now you're familiar with those terms. After all these years.
After 8 years, but this year supposed the only year not late, but still missing because of other people like getting my electric bills. They did not give me in time, so end up late few days. But it's not big deal. Used to late for several months.
Because the corporate tax filing deadline.
No, it's different. You can choose at the beginning, the end, the final.
So it's not like the personal tax thing.
No. This one, every company is different. Every company you can choose. You can choose where.
Because for personal, it's that.
I guess that's smart because you don't rush all the companies in the same time to the company accounting companies.
Wow. So it's tough nowadays. It's just in general the world is suffering, I think. So you're bringing joy to people by making good food.
But next time we can offline I can tell you whatever those financial aspect of the business. You know,
exactly. That would be super cool.
Okay.
But yeah.
Anything you want to add, or we can finish this?
I think it's been really nice conversation. Thanks a lot for having me. And amazing food as always.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's super cool and learning about your story. And it's been quite an adventure, huh?
Hope we won't fail the business.
You'll be fine. You have an amazing reputation. Even my Korean colleagues, he cannot wait. He's now here twice a week now. So
find some people for the Koreans to join the video. Because really want to Japanese Koreans like their perspective on their food. I really want to what's Korean food in Montreal.
Maybe with my Korean colleague or something like that, or like that. There's like a Korean professor at McGill.
That would be interesting.
I haven't met that many Japanese fellows here though. Koreans seems to have a larger population here. Right?
That's the thing. Like in the Eastern Asia, like Japan, China, and South Korea, Chinese people everywhere. Korean some, Japanese very few. I guess it's because of the development of the country. You know, they're very comfortable. They're very well inside their own country. So they just travel for fun. They're not settled. They don't relocate.
Looking for a better life.
Outside, you know, it makes sense. I guess. It makes sense.
Oh wow.
Okay, great.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
So we conclude.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.